New home for 49ers football in the 916.
Sactown Sports.
Sactown Sports.
Headlines.
Good morning and happiest of Wednesdays. I'm Jay Mars. It was a big day for Las Vegas yesterday. First, let's start in the NHL, where the Golden Knights are just in their 6th season and took home Lord Stanley's Cup last night.
The Golden Knights start to celebrate on their bench. The silver trophy to the Golden Knights.
Wasn't all Vegas had to celebrate yesterday as the Senate committee in Nevada passed SB 1. While the bill is not fully passed yet, it does lead them to possibly get stadium funding to bring the Oakland A's to Las Vegas. They've been trying for weeks now to pass this bill, which would invest $380 million of public dollars into a new stadium for the A's. Speaking of the A's, fans in Oakland last night were not going down without a fight as nearly 28,000 fans packed the Coliseum and saw the A's get their 7th straight win.
And it swung on and missed, and the A's have won it on a night of incredible emotion and with the unprecedented nature of the night. The Oakland A's have beaten the Tampa Bay Rays by the final of 2-1.
Coming up later on today, Kenny Thomas joins us at 9 a.m. from the Folsom Lake Honda Hotline. Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop. And if you missed that interview, check it out later today at SactownSports.com. Those are your headlines. Time to start the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone, and then boom.
With Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross. On
Morning. Good morning. Good morning to all of you. It's Wednesday,
Yes.
June 14th.
Okay.
You know what that means.
Oh, I sure do.
Ha, ha. Well, if you don't know what that means, oh, God. Please don't ever do that, ever.
I think he should do that every day.
Yeah. We're beginning the downslope. Also, however,
Downslope.
downslope of the week.
Oh, yeah.
But
We climbed the hill.
I guess we could have technically said this yesterday, but with the hockey is the hockey is the proverbial blade of grass that Wile E. Coyote was holding on to before falling off the cliff into oblivion, or maybe on a cactus. About 1 out of every 20 times you might remember Wile E. Coyote fell down the cliff. He'd hit like a cactus and then he'd pop back up screaming again. And that was always a special treat, I thought.
It was, yeah.
You didn't expect it.
What did he land on the, what was it? Acme? Yeah.
Yeah, Acme
Trampoline.
spikes, trampoline, whatever, and then he
Bounce back up.
he bounced back up, and you didn't expect it.
Yeah.
So it was a treat when it happened. But with the end of hockey last night, and boy, that barn burner. We have we're here.
We're here.
This is literally,
Look at us.
this is, who'd have thought, right? This is the day, and again, you could argue it was yesterday, but this is the day that I dread year round.
This day.
This
Yeah.
This is it.
Okay.
We're here. We are officially done with basketball, hockey, football.
Oh, basketball's just starting.
Everything. It's over. It's over. And now we begin the dreaded off season. The worst, some might say best for content wise, because we gotta go outside the lines a little bit, but this is it, man. All we've got is basketball. We don't even have like Olympics. Now we'll have the draft.
Yep.
Free agency.
Yep.
We'll have in a couple of months, we'll have camps open. there will be stories. Things
Sure.
will happen. Something tragic, something fun, some trade, there will be stories that will happen. Today's the last day of Kenny Thomas.
Oh, man.
Not like, in the world,
Right.
but on the show for this year.
Yeah.
Tomorrow's the last day of Sam Amick.
Is it?
I think so.
No, I thought we go Sam through free agency.
Oh, do we?
Yeah.
Oh, well, then I
We got
feel
more
I
time.
feel a little bit.
Yeah.
Man.
See, you just bounce back up.
Okay, that's a little holding on of Sam. And then it's the rest of June. Well, okay, July and August. So you have 60 days. We basically have what football starts like the first week of September.
Mm-hmm.
So we've got 76 days to get through, by my count, with only Sam to help us along.
Right.
So,
and all of you.
Now, my repeated ideas of just replaying the whole King season in mornings for the next 76 days have fallen on hushed ears.
There's more ideas. Christmas music.
Christmas music kills across the hall.
Yeah.
Why
at
not
Christmas time? But let's do it differently.
You know what? Guess what? Once upon a time, somebody accidentally dropped a thing of sliced potatoes in some oil by accident. Oh my God, the chip.
Mm-hmm.
That's how it started. Chip. So why not, let's get creative.
Mm-hmm.
I also thought maybe
Christmas music behind the Kings.
The Kings.
It's like a backdrop to G-Man.
How about this? We have a lot of great content creators that work really hard, most that don't get paid in the city of Sacramento when it comes to the Kings. I say once a day, we assign this show to one of those content creators and grab their latest podcast and play it in its entirety. And then give out the contact information afterwards to help boost them up as a way of us giving back and using this flamethrower platform to showcase the up and coming talent. Because you know what? Somebody did that for you and somebody did that for us. They helped us. They put a hand out and helped us up.
Yeah.
Not everybody can be Nick and Rami and have great content every day.
True.
That's going to go on forever.
Good point.
I watched the sushi documentary yesterday with my daughter.
Yeah.
And then we went and got sushi. There was a moment. We didn't plan it. We went there. And then at one point I noticed that she, like a typical 15-year-old daughter, was on her phone sitting across from me. I'll give you the setup, Jason Ross, because I know
Where did you get that from?
Exactly. Her mother. So this is exactly what I was staring at last night. I wish I could put this on the screen. That's what I was staring at last night.
Looks like a good dinner date.
It was sushi in front of us. There's daughter on the phone. And I, weirdly enough, because what you said is very fair, we don't do phones at the table, including daddy.
Apparently not.
So because you're
I don't believe.
Now you're saying, but see, Jason's asking another good question, which is, well, Dave, if you don't do phones at the table, how did you take your picture of your daughter on the phone at the dinner table without your phone? You're absolutely right. I pull my phone out, take a picture. I say, sweetheart, we don't have many of these left, while you're a little baby.
Oh.
Soon she's going to be colleging. So what's up? And she goes, Daddy, I'm not trying to not talk to you. I'm trying to see what kind of Pokemon they have here. She's got her Pokemon game open that she and her brother have resurrected. Now, as a father, I have two choices here. And I don't know that I chose the right one. Choice one, hey, it's quality time. Put the Pokemon phone away. You can catch your,
Gotta catch them up.
Yeah, them. You can do that later. Instead, I opened my phone. I clicked on the Pokemon app that I have kind of stale on my phone from about 10 years ago. And we sat there eating sushi and catching Pokemon together. Not as a team, but we'd share the Pokemon. And I imagine that there was some person that looked over at us and shook their heads and were like, oh, that's so sad. Yeah, you would have looked over and been like, oh, God. Just double hand wave. See you later. Thing is, she's more adventurous when it comes to sushi than I am. She was eating like
No, but did she do better at Pokemon than you?
Oh, well, yeah. I'm just sitting there trying to toss the little, thing, catch the. I don't even understand what I'm doing. I'm just playing a video game over there. She's sitting there catching Pokemon and eating these. I don't know. It's like a seaweed wrap filled with red and orange fish eggs, just like it's chips. Chips.
Chip.
I like sushi. Yeah. But I don't like weird sushi. Well, what is weird sushi? It's all. I feel like eggs are weird.
Mm-hmm.
I can deal with like the tiny ones on top of the main sushi, but like if it's just eggs, I can't do eel. It's just eel, right?
Yeah.
You're eating a worm, aren't you?
Seems like it.
Yeah. And then sea urchin, where they put the, is it sea urchin? It's where it's like the mushy, creamy, whatever brown thing, and you eat it, and it's
mushy, creamy brown thing.
It's not great. But again, I don't like fish. I love sushi, but I don't like cooked fish. And I don't think you like any fish, correct?
Correct. Not much. Tuna fish sandwich. No?
Nah. I don't want to yuck anyone's yum. God bless you for it. I just, honest to God, I feel like tuna fish, every time I look at it or smell it, I think of cat food. Like it's cat food. It's out of a can. Like you pull it out of a can and here's cat food. Like,
how about a pouch?
A pouch?
Tuna pouch.
A tuna pouch?
You haven't seen those tuna they're not in a, well, they are in a can, but they're in a pouch.
Oh, the ones that you open?
Yeah.
And it's like the dried tuna. And they're
not dried.
Or it's moist, but it's in like a
pouch.
I don't trust them.
Okay.
I don't trust. I don't trust those. I feel like those are the devil.
That's why you get gas station sushi.
That's why that our vending machine used to have downstairs, didn't they? They had the can of tuna.
They did, like crackers or something.
Yeah,
I did not order that. Yeah.
Right.
I did get the chicken salad of that same thing. Get it cold. It was actually not bad.
Was it? How'd you get it cold?
Cave.
Put it in a refrigerator.
Oh, you just put it in and planned ahead? Adam,
got it.
Don't you have a fridge in your office?
It's Jason's.
It's my fridge. Okay. Is anything in it?
Yeah.
Oh.
Polars.
What?
The seltzers that we have.
Do
like
you lock your office at the end of the day?
No.
So we could all use. So I could store something in that fridge.
It's a community fridge.
I did not know that.
So I left it.
All right, we'll take a break. Now that we got all that out of the way, when we come back, let's open the show as this is a sad, sad, sad day in sports. As we say goodbye to the sporting year 2023 in a sense, with the Las Vegas Knights disrupting the NHL and winning the cup. And we got a lot of A's to get to today. It was a special, special night in Oakland last night. We'll get to that leading off next.
The Kings season might be over, but Sactown sports coverage never stops.
I feel like we grew a lot during this playoff series with our defense, and if we can sustain that during the year, that's going to help us a lot.
Stay tuned all off season to Sactown Sports and SactownSports.com for the latest Kings news.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by Byers Leaf Guard Gutter System and Roofing.
I'm Tamara Berg in the KCRA 3 Weather Center. Your Wednesday starts out comfortably with upper 50s to lower 60s. Into the afternoon, we'll enjoy plenty of sunshine, light winds, and afternoon highs in the upper 80s. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA 3 News and the KCRA 3 app.
To protect your home from the top down, start from the roof line up. Get clog-free Byers Leaf Guard gutters, fire-safe roofing from Byers Roofing, and power your home with Byers Solar. Act now for $500 off Byers Leaf Guard gutters at thatsbyers.com.
This is an important notice to consumers facing $10,000 or more in credit card debt, medical bills, or other unsecured debt. You may not be required to pay it all back because there are special programs that will significantly reduce the amount you owe if you qualify. Accredited Debt Relief has helped qualify consumers with over $1 billion in debt. This is not bankruptcy or a debt consolidation loan. For this free information, call 800-458-8822. 800-458-8822.
Hey, it's Nick Cattle suggesting you celebrate your 4th of July the right way with the amazing Napoleon Prestige line of outdoor cookers from Green Acres Nursery and Supply. Our Napoleon Stainless Steel Pro Series gas grill has turned us into pros. Napoleon grills have features other grills can't match. Built different, built better, and built to last. All made with premium steel that boasts absolute quality. Just go to Napoleon.com for your nearby Napoleon Grills dealer. Napoleon Grills, now is the time for the best selection of grills and fine accessories. Now is the time to take care of your 4th of July.
Let's do it. Leading off, the 3 top stories in the morning.
Huge news. This is very important.
Here's cut number 1.
The Golden Knights start to celebrate on their bench. The silver trophy to the Golden Knights.
What was it, like 9-3?
It's a blowout.
It was a baseball score
on their home ice. It's the way to do it.
So back in, 2011, the Boston Bruins famously ran up I think it was $156,000 bar bill before tip. And the receipt made it out online. I do honestly invite y'all to take a look at the receipt, because hockey players are not known for partying or being crazy at all. But when the whole receipt is out there, it's actually kind of funny to look at, because there's fun stuff like 18 sugar-free Red Bulls and 18 regular Red Bulls. $90 for $180 for the whole thing. 5 Jägermeister shots at $10 a pop, which, by the way, these are obviously Massachusetts. These aren't bad prices. Yeah. So please keep in mind, 136 Bud Lights
for
$680. 2 Coors Lights for $10. Somebody popped in and got an Amstel Light. That's obviously a Canadian. Some 4 Heinekens, a Corona, 2 Blue Moons, a Heineken Light. Who ordered the Heineken Light?
Ooh, what's at the bottom for $10,000?
Okay, nope. Read it again.
Is that 100?
So the bar bill, this is what always gets me. The bar bill was $156,679. $100,000 of that was a bottle of Ace of Spades. It's the Midas bottle. You have to have like multiple people carry this. It is massive. It's I think the first one ever sold I was reading was in Las Vegas at like UFC fighter Cain Velasquez's post party. Now I'm reading this article on it, doing the stupid deep dive last night, and it starts naming off like the fighters that took drinks out of it, and one of them was Uriah Faber. At some point we need to get Faber on to talk about this bottle of world-class champagne that was $100,000 for the bottle. What made me think about that, look at this, 67 Fijis for $268. The Vegas Knights won the Stanley Cup last night.
Did you see our boys?
To which boys?
I
did see.
Holding up Lord Stanley's Cup.
We're 100% going to get to that. So they won it. They won it at home, and they're in Vegas. I think last night might have been the all-time craziest post-Stanley Cup party ever.
I think they bought the A's.
You think that they
Jason,
that's on the
not okay.
That's on the receipt.
Yes.
Hold on, no, you're on timeout for 5 seconds. That was not nice.
I put it on the receipt. $156,000. Although I feel like that bottle was that's a little bit of cheating. By the way, there's the bottle, Jason. It is a massive, massive bottle. So we'll get to a little bit of that, and as not just the drinking, but we'll get to all of that. Mainly what you care about, which is Joe and Gavin Maloof making an appearance. By the way, there's got to be some Hair Club for Men mixed in there, because they did not look any different.
Gavin's hair is thinning.
Is it?
Yeah, like he's got the classic comb over going.
I'll have to relook at that.
Or maybe it was Joe. No, it was Gavin.
It was one of them. Number 2.
Cut number 2.
And it's swung on and missed, and the A's have won it on a night of incredible emotion, and with the unprecedented nature of the night, the Oakland A's have beaten the Tampa Bay Rays by the final of 2-1.
All right, so let's just stick to we're gonna get to the boycott in reverse in the next thing here I'm leading off. Let's just stick to the baseball here for this one.
These guys are hot.
Yeah,
great energy in the park.
At what? Look, I think we can all understand that the A's are now 19-50 and
no longer the worst winning percentage in baseball.
They beat the best team in baseball 2-1.
Twice in a row.
It's twice in a row. It's their 7th straight win. It's their 7th straight win, and they're 69 games into the season. They have 7 of their 19 wins on the season
right now
over their last 7.
Yeah.
Jason, had the season started a week ago, the A's would be the best team in baseball.
Yep.
But that's not how it happened.
It started for them a week ago.
By the way, coming up in a safer out, we may be looking at the greatest terrible team of all time.
I mean, and let me make sure I'm not stealing anything from you with my question here. I don't want to do that. Okay, now I would have absolutely ruined that. So good. I'm glad you're covering it because that's a question I had about this. 7 wins in a row for like a historically bad team. Like, what would you say the number is where we actually go, oh my God, could this be a thing?
50.
Like, do they have to win like 50 in a row, right? I mean, we talked about it
like,
before.
what do you mean be a thing? Like, they're actually good?
We're actually like saying,
because I think this is already amazing.
I agree.
I don't know the number, and maybe this is something that could be, but honestly, I know the Rays started whatever they were, like 10-0. How many teams in baseball this year have won 7 in a row?
I want to say it
less than 5.
Over
right?
under. I was going to say the over under at 5.
Yeah,
I honestly.
And they are one of them now.
They would have to win. We figured out yesterday. Still 38 in a row to get to 500. That's I don't think that's going to happen.
I don't either.
I think if it did, by the way, one of the great stories of the year.
Yeah, maybe of all time.
Of all time. And can I just throw this out there? They're 20 games back of the wild card. 20 games back with 92 to go.
Yeah. Chip away.
Just one day at a time.
Yeah, exactly.
Good for the A's. This is the best story in sports right now. Number 3.
Cut number 3.
Why are they leaving Oakland? Okay. There's been a strong relationship there for decades. Now, the whole area is apparently going downhill. Mr. Fisher has been criticized for not putting enough dollars back into the stadium or his own team. And now he's going to relocate. And basically, the commitment that they had to the community that undoubtedly at one time was strong is going away. And one of the selling points you're presenting to us today is that the Oakland A's are going to come here and be the Las Vegas A's and have a strong commitment to the community. But I have this sensation that they're abandoning a community that they undoubtedly made very similar commitments to in the past.
Ah, yes, all the talking that happens. Remember the one guy on the legislature that we played the clip from, and he was hammering Dave Kaval. And He's like, "Sir, I can't. You know what? It's really disingenuous. I can't get a yes or no answer." He's now a yes.
He's an acrobat.
He's now a yes vote.
Yeah.
That's a flip.
Yeah, it's neat how it's super neat how that all goes down. The Nevada Senate passed a $380 million bill Tuesday to help fund a new stadium. After days of questioning from lawmakers, 13-8 was the vote. That's the special session we were talking about. Now, the 42-person Nevada Assembly simply has to approve it by majority vote. Governor Joe Lombardo will sign the bill into law. There was a report yesterday. I don't know if it was Ken Rosenthal. Somebody smart, maybe it was Jeff Passan, reported that the owners are expected to.
Bob Nightingale.
I think it was unanimously approved the deal. So effectively, this is why it's the best worst story. Effectively, on a wonderful, wonderful day for the A's on the field
and their fans
in the
stands.
The hammer came down and they're leaving. Like, it was awesome. And the assembly, I remember I said the fat lady was warming up. She's singing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's over because that assembly, that's their only hope. Governor's going to pass it. Baseball's going to pass it. And it's going to go down as just one of those weird, what are they doing and why are they doing it?
There's no Oakland Dave on a ladder that's saying this is not over. Far from it.
I wouldn't be. I wouldn't be. I would maybe just to do it.
Dave's a little older now. He might fall off, and we just can't have that.
But you know what? I'll say this about yesterday. I don't mind saying this. I was wrong. I was wrong about that reverse boycott. They pulled it off.
It was great.
It really was wonderful. I was so afraid that, they kept saying 13,000 fans, that half the stadium would be empty. That's not what it looked like at all. And they got national notice. Yeah. It was all over the place.
Great chance, good energy.
I want to say it got more national notice than we got for any of our Here We Stay, Here We Buy stuff. We got some, but nothing concentrated like that. They really did a wonderful job. And I was so happy for the A's fans, not only for that, but also to get a win over a first place team.
Mm-hmm.
But unfortunately, that's probably all she wrote. So we got a lot to talk about there as well. When we come back, safe or out. Giants and Cardinals doing something I don't like. We'll get to that. More on the Giants and their Moneyball attempts. And then the question about the A's I wanted to ask. Jay's going to have that. We'll unveil that for you. That's a big radio tease. We're right back after this.
It's Cattles and Rami.
You don't need more than 8 bowls in your house at any particular time. And if you're having more people than that, just bust out the paper and plastic.
The use of paper plates in the last week in the household has grown exponentially.
Doesn't it happen that way when the wife is away? Yeah. Every time my mom would go out of town, and my dad would act like he just figured out how to split an atom. He'd be like, I have a great idea. While your mother is out of town, why don't we just use paper plates?
Cattles and Rami, weekday afternoons from 2 to 6 on Sactown Sports.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by Folsom Lake Kia.
I'm Tamara Berg in the KCRA 3 Weather Center. Your Wednesday starts out comfortably with upper 50s to lower 60s. Into the afternoon, we'll enjoy plenty of sunshine, light winds, and afternoon highs in the upper 80s. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA 3 News and the KCRA 3 app.
Shop Folsom Lake Kia for all your favorite models at low prices and payments, plus low finance rates and zero down deals with approved credit. Go see my friends at Folsom Lake Kia right here in Sacramento for over 20 years.
Being a letter carrier and walking 20,000 steps, which equals up to about 10 miles a day, it's tough. I really didn't have feet problems. I had back problems. I had had as many epidurals that I could possibly have in 1 year. That was scary. Well, I've been delivering letters to the Good Feet store for over 6 years, and the expert there finally convinced me to try their arch supports.
For over 20 years, we've been helping people like Keith actually live the life they love without their feet getting in the way.
The people at the Good Feet store really educated me about what the arch supports could actually do. And lo and behold, I have no more back problems. The future I can see now. I couldn't see it before. Where I would be without them, I have no clue. I'm Keith, and that's my Good Feet story.
See what we can do for you with a free personalized arch support fitting at the Good Feet store.
The Good Feet store in Sacramento, Roseville, Stockton, Modesto, and Vacaville. Online at goodfeet.com.
Selling your home can be stressful. Scott Marsh here to tell you about Bridgehaven Homes. They are a local home buying company that offers homeowners an easier way to sell their home. Let Shane and his team at bridgehavenhomes.com take that stress away. Bridgehaven Homes gives you an all-cash offer for your home, no matter what the condition, within 24 hours. You pick the date you wish to close and sell on your terms. No repairs, no showings, and no realtor commissions. Call 916-299-6040 or bridgehavenhomes.com.
Sacramento Kings basketball is back this summer. Catch 6 games of NBA action and fun for the whole family when the California Classic Summer League returns on July 3rd and 5th. The Kings will host the Golden State Warriors, Los Angeles Lakers, Miami Heat, and newly added San Antonio Spurs and Charlotte Hornets with the number 1 and number 2 NBA draft picks. 2-day passes start at just $42 and include access to all 6 games. Visit kings.com/California Classic for more information and to buy your tickets today.
Get to Acura of Stockton, where precision-crafted performance is at your fingertips. Elevate your driving experience with a vehicle that's built to impress. Acura of Stockton has a great selection of new Acuras and customer service that will exceed your expectations. And right now, lease a new Acura TLX, MDX, or Integra with low lease rates available. Take luxury to a whole new level in a new Acura from Acura of Stockton. See all our inventory and specials at AcuraofStockton.com.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave, and I recognize, just like my friends at American Energy Heat and Air, that your time is important. And that's why shopping for a new air conditioner is now easier with American Energy Heat and Air's online quoting tool. All you have to do is go to AmericanEnergyAir.com and get an instant quote right now. It'll help you determine what system you're going to need to get. It'll provide the best pricing options, all from the comfort of your home without having to have somebody come to your home. You know how annoying that is? They come in and everybody there is so sweet and nice, but how much better is it to be able to get it on demand? Visit AmericanEnergyAir.com. Check out how easy it can be. Or if you want to give them a call and talk through what your needs are, 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990 or AmericanEnergyAir.com.
Call 916-520-9990 now.
Sactown Sports.
Headlines.
Good morning with your Sactown Sports headlines. I'm Jay Mars. The Golden Knights of Las Vegas are playing in just their 6th season in the NHL, and last night hoisted Lord Stanley's Cup.
The Golden Knights start to celebrate on their bench. The silver trophy to the Golden Knights.
Speaking of Vegas, the Nevada Senate passed a bill yesterday, SB1, that would fund $380 million towards a stadium in Las Vegas for the Oakland A's. That stadium vote is expected to pass today in the Assembly and then be voted on unanimously by owners during a relocation vote. A's fans, however, were not going down without a fight last night as nearly 28,000 fans packed the Oakland Coliseum in what was being called a reverse boycott in a 2-1 win over the Rays.
And it swung on and missed, and the A's have won it on a night of incredible emotion and with the unprecedented nature of the night. The Oakland A's have beaten the Tampa Bay Rays by the final of 2-1.
Coming up later on today, Kenny Thomas joins us at 9 a.m. from the Folsom Lake Honda Hotline. Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop. And if you missed that interview, check it out later today at SactownSports.com. Those are your headlines. Back to the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Safe or out? It's time to go around baseball. 3 pitches, 3 swings. It's safe or out on the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Dun, 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 dun. Bum, 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 bum. Go to YouTube. Say hello to everybody there. We appreciate you guys. All the Pauls and Adams, Mikes, Zeebs, Tin, Russell. Russell wants us to talk about USA versus Mexico.
Okay.
Tomorrow. I'd rather talk about Neil Warnock being brought back as the manager for Huddersfield Town. Another year, 75 years old, trying to make a run to the Premier League. Let's talk about that. 1-800-912-1140.
Let's go. Kick the ball the right way.
Kick the ball the right way. But in the meantime, that's not what's on the sheet. What's on the sheet is my favorite segment of the day, Safe or Out, with Jay Mars, who I was thinking
Sorry,
about.
if Russell would have told me yesterday, we would have just killed Safe or Out and did USA Mexico.
I was just thinking about this in the last segment, Jay. I don't know. We don't have stats on you. We don't have stats on any of us. Well, I mean, other than ratings, but I feel like your usage has been down over the last couple of days.
Really?
Yeah. I don't think you've been on the air as much as normal.
Okay.
Maybe I'm just sensing it. Maybe I'm wrong. But like yesterday, I feel like you were fairly quieter. And I want to make sure that's not something we're doing.
Oh, you.
I know.
Always feeling guilty about something.
Well, there's half of me has a good reason. So back to you, Safe or Out.
I want to touch it. I can't touch it.
No, you can't.
The Giants
I like that.
The Giants and
Second
Cardinals.
time out for me.
Would you two stop? This right here is why. This is why.
That's why you don't talk?
Yes.
Yeah.
The Giants and Cardinals will play the 2024 Field of Dreams game at the oldest pro ballpark in the country, Rickwood Field in Birmingham, Alabama.
Alabama.
Safe or out, it's a good idea to take this game to various older ballparks around the country.
You're out of here.
Wow.
Oh, this is stupid. Now, stupid asterisk. I love the idea of playing in old ballparks. I think this is great. I think more of this should happen. There's one Field of Dreams. It's in Iowa. Which when we lived in Nebraska, we used to say Iowa stands for idiots out wandering about. Little Little state on state crime
You
there.
know those uppity Nebraskans.
Yeah, that's right. Nebraska, the good life. That's their motto.
But you know what Iowa said about Nebraska, don't you?
What?
I don't know. I'm not from Iowa.
Well, it doesn't help that Nebraska's stadium is ex-Harbin Stadium, which is Nebraska backwards. Great job, guys. Iowa's motto is, Iowa, you make me smile. That's what you see on the signs when you walk in there. And I'm not smiling at this, and I wouldn't be if I was an Iowegian. I don't know. Field of Dreams is the Field of Dreams. When I say Field of Dreams, you think of the movie. When I say, hey, what does the Field of Dreams look like? You know exactly what it looks like. There's the late, great Ray Liotta coming through the cornfields. It's not in Alabama.
Right.
So call them the retro games. Call them the callback game. Well, I don't know. And do more of it. But one Field of Dreams game.
I'm leaning the same way you are on this because I think the Field of Dreams game in Iowa is really cool. The presentation, the visual of it was amazing. Every time they've had it, it just looks great. But I think these other parks have the chance to look great. I just don't know anything about this park. I mean, when Jay said it's the oldest park, I didn't know that.
Awesome.
Yeah, and all these things could look really cool, but right now I have no connection to that. Doesn't mean others don't, but I just, maybe call it something different.
That's all I'm saying. Yeah. Just call it something different than the Field of Dreams game. That's dumb and it's stupid. So
Is this the same park Michael Jordan played at when he was in Birmingham? Is this the Barons home park?
I guess.
I think so, right?
I mean, okay.
Pro ballpark.
I wish we could do this for the radio people, but here's Rickwood Field Park.
It actually looks like
It looks like a minor league baseball stadium.
Because it is.
Yeah, right. That's Rickwood Field, Birmingham, Alabama.
All I'm saying is 2025 Field of Dreams game. Is Billy Herbert Field still up in Stockton?
No, why don't we just have the next one at what is it? What is it here?
Sutter Health Park.
Thank you. Let's just do that.
Is it Sutter? Wait.
I know because
which one's the Heart Health? No, which one's Heart Health?
Heart Health is Republic.
Okay.
This is
Actually, I thought
something.
Republic is Hughes Stadium now.
Well, for a game. That's a whole. Anyways, this is just dumb, dude. It's a regular ballpark. This isn't the Field of Dreams. This is the Field of Dumb. Yeah.
Like it.
Asterisk. Trademark that, pal.
That's a promo.
Number 2.
Safe or out?
One of the Giants' quote big offseason acquisitions, the often injured Mitch Haniger, got hurt last night. Again, safer out. The Giants' version of Moneyball needs to come to an end.
Yeah, kind of like, look, dude, you're not a Moneyball team, and I mean, really, what is Moneyball? But it just, this is a rich team in a huge market. Like, just spend money frivolously and stupidly.
Attaboy.
Hope that, every 3 dumb signings you make, one of them works out. Like the Dodgers.
Dodgers got a little better record.
Jason, I'm
is that what they're doing? Is that they were doing Moneyball?
It's bootleg Moneyball.
They're not good at it.
I know.
Bootleg Moneyball is just money.
And no ball.
Right. You're just spending the money.
Yeah.
More like money foul ball.
By the way, the Giants have won 7 of 10. They won 3 in a row. The 3 games above 500. They're 6 back of first place.
J.D. Davis just got hurt last night. Mitch Haniger got hurt last night.
They're no Oakland A's.
They're no Oakland A's. They're right there in the wild card race.
Right there?
Right.
Are they in it or are they chasing
Well,
still?
they're behind the Dodgers and the Marlins.
Okay.
So, but like they're right there.
They're right there.
They're right there.
All right.
Where are you at?
I'm out.
Okay.
Come to an end, Moneyball.
Come to an
Giants.
end, Moneyball.
That's not what you do.
Yeah.
No, then you're safe.
Then I'm safe.
Yeah.
I didn't review it.
At
No,
all.
I'm safe.
We're going to the booth.
Safe or out?
The A's won their 7th game in a row last night, which ties the MLB record for a streak in a season where the team has a win percentage below 200. The A's currently have a win percentage, I believe, of 192, which ties the 1895 Louisville Cardinals.
Yeah.
Save her out. The young A's actually have some real talent on this team.
I mean, obviously, because they've won 7 in a row at a major league level. They've beaten the best team in baseball twice in a row. Yeah, there's some talent. Now, I'll say safe, and then I'll addend the question, safe or out. That talent will not be here at the end of the year. Safe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And or the other part of it is if it's safe too, it's not going to translate into. I mean, this is incredible. It's so much fun. I'm glad they had this stretch and they had their night last night because that was a night that the current A's fans needed.
Absolutely.
And deserved. Nobody in ownership, nobody in charge of anything trying to get to Vegas deserves it, but the A's did. I think they're just in a really good pocket. I don't know how much talent they really have. I'll say out.
We'll take a break. When we come back, Las Vegas wins the Stanley Cup in just their 6th season. And how does that compare to other teams in other sports and how they did? We'll get to that as well. Don't forget Kenny Thomas's final visit ever just for the season. I don't know. It's coming up at 9. Right now, let's talk about my friends at Hoblet Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Woodland. It's Ram season. Might I just add, though, I just want a personal note here on this. Hoblet has been a lovely partner of ours for years, and I do not endorse anything I would not use myself. That's why, when you've been doing this for 20 years, you want to be trusted. You don't want to lead people astray. I don't mind telling you, traded in my old car last week at Hoblet, last Thursday, as a matter of fact. And you know what I didn't do? Hey, it's Carmichael Dave. Can you help me out? I didn't get any special anythings. I did the whole thing on the phone. I went to hobletdodge.com. I picked out the car. I did everything over the phone. And then a lovely gentleman drove out to my house with the paperwork that I signed on the back windshield of the new car. He drove away with my old car, and the deal was done. Easy, simple, as cheap as you can get. I mean, I got a heck of a deal, and I used my government name on the whole thing. Biggest savings of the year on new 2023 Ram 1500 Bighorn Crew Cab 4x4s with over $11,000 off MSRP. If you're worried about interest rates going up, save $6,000 off MSRP and get financing as low as 2.9% for 72 months. Remember, you're dealing with the #1 Ram truck dealer in all of California, with the best selection on HD Rams as well. This isn't some fly-by-night dealership. Stop by the Hoblet Ram Truck Center for a test drive today. Not a test drive. Or search, select, and save through the whole inventory at hobletdodge.com. Best prices, best selection, period. Vegas wins the Cup. How long did it take other expansion teams to win the championship in the other major sports? We'll go over all that next.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sactown Sports.
If your Medi-Cal is ending, Cover California is here to help. Cover California is a service from the state that helps you get affordable health insurance. In many cases, at no cost to you, just like with Medi-Cal. We have quality health plans, and we'll help you every step of the way to get the one that works for you and your family. So, if you're no longer eligible for Medi-Cal, check out Cover California. We'll keep you covered. Learn more at coveredca.com.
Here at the Almond Joy Factory, where tropical vibes abound, we use soft, fresh-tasting coconut.
The crunchiest almonds and delicious chocolate candy.
Ah, but do you know what our most important ingredient is? Sometimes you feel like a nut.
Sometimes you don't.
Almond Joy's got nuts and something even way better than that. Yes, Almond Joy is made with almonds and joy.
Golf to Go is brought to you by the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop. Here's Frank LaRosa.
The history behind the Bayonet and Black Horse golf courses is as colorful as their lush green fairways and white sand bunkers. Overlooking the beautiful Monterey Bay, on the former Fort Ord, Bayonet Golf Course was built in 1954 by Commanding General Robert McClure and named for the 7th Infantry's Bayonet Division. It seems the lefty general was plagued with a bit of a slice, and a little creative architecture managed to reduce his handicap with a series of sharp dogleg holes known as Combat Corner, where I've waged a bit of war myself. Black Horse was named in honor of the Black Horse 11th Cavalry Regiment. Rich fairways, imaginative bunker complexes, and beguiling bentgrass greens result in 2 sparkling ocean view gems, each offering a different experience. Bayonet's more traditional deep bunkers and tamer greens contrast with Black Horse's large serrated bunkers and greens with more movement. They're a treat. Visit BayonetBlackHorse.com for more. That's your Golf to Go. I'm Frank LaRosa.
Summer's here, and the deals are heating up at Fastener's Tool Outlet. You'll find scorching deals next Saturday on Makita Tools. Get 2 free batteries with the purchase of a circular saw kit and get $50 off any 40-volt tool kit. Fastener's Tool Outlet is turning up the heat on Makita summer savings next Saturday. Buy a 2-piece combo kit and get 2 extra free batteries. Come into Fastener's Tool Outlet, 6701 Power Inn Road, or on the web at fastenersinc.net.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
on Sactown Sports.
All right, welcome back. The Vegas Golden Knights are your NHL champions.
How cool is that?
I mean, listen, I have been waiting for this for a long time, and now it's finally here, Jason. And I don't, I don't mind telling you, I got a little teary last night. 9-3. It's everything we've been dreaming for. Winning that cup, Vegas.
6 years old.
Been a long time. Long run for this.
The Golden Knights start to celebrate on their bench. The silver trophy to the Golden Knights.
So, the 9 goals are the most in a Stanley Cup Series clinching game since the Seattle Metropolitans in 1917 over the Canadiens. That was a heck of a series, by the way. Now, there are those who would say, yeah, but, and to their point, the expansion rules were a little bit different and changed for Vegas. This wasn't like when the Charlotte Hornets came in the league, and had to pick from the dregs. The Knights got, and they were competitive right.
Oh yeah, they've been to a finals
right
as
away.
well.
I think honestly, yeah, their very first year they went. I think when you look at all the players, the coaches, everybody getting all the deserved credit for this. George McPhee, who is the GM of the team, I think deserved that. That's the guy that picked the players. That's the guy that picked the coach. That's the guy that architected the team. For you to be able to do that and have 2 finals visits and a championship in 6 years of existence, that's pretty amazing. And I want to help a lot of people out because there's going to be, we've seen it before, we'll see it again. We're here to help you here, okay? You're going to get a lot of people saying pretty amazing for Las Vegas, a city that people thought Major League Sports wouldn't work to finally get their first Major League championship. You're going to hear that today. You're going to hear that from some people in the sports business. You're going to hear that from friends and around the water cooler. I'm here to help you. Don't say that. Because, golly, wasn't that long ago, the Las Vegas Aces. Now, you may have your own feelings on the WNBA. Right. That's a major league. Absolutely. And there was a giant parade, and it was a whole thing. So, this is technically their second major league level championship. And what a great place to party, I hear.
Yes.
Las Vegas.
Well, and, I mean, they do have the Raiders. They're getting closer to getting the A's. I mean, I wonder, it's always been a good sports town in a sense of people go there to watch other sports on TV and gamble on them. Now you've got stuff to go watch that's good there. And I wonder over time if that's going to become a better sports town.
Well, I know this. I know that I think I saw there's 9 cities in the country, give or take one, but I'm 99% sure it's 9 cities in the country that have a baseball, basketball, football, and hockey team.
Okay.
And I saw this stat because they were going through like the last championship of any kind for any of those teams after Denver won one. Denver's one of those cities, and it was like the Twins, I think, in '91 were the last time Minnesota won any championship. Vegas is about to be one of those cities. Las Vegas, Nevada is within the next probably 4 years, if not sooner. They're going to have every major league sport plus the WNBA. Yeah. So they technically have 5 that are in there.
From zero.
That is bonkers. And by the way, you're talking about Las Vegas being in some of these leagues. I'm pretty sure they would be the smallest market by population, if not bottom 3. It's not like Los Angeles when they got football back.
Mm-hmm.
This is a minuscule market compared to most that are major league markets.
But tourism.
Yeah, but it's like when you're going to Vegas, and granted, it works for hockey. It's kind of worked for, has it worked for football? We've never really.
It's funny because there was a lot of rumblings out after last season that Mark Davis was upset because every home game is filled with the other team's fans. Because with NFL, it works because it's a destination. It's one weekend.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's completely different.
And we all thought it would go that way on the football part.
Yeah. I can tell you that was last year their second year.
Third, yeah.
Yeah, remember they their first year there was the COVID year.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's really their second year with fans.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see if this blows you away because the NFL, here's the great thing about the NFL. It's 8 games at home, or 9 now.
As long as you're not in Europe.
It's by far the number one sport in the country, right? You can fill up a stadium 8 or 9 games.
Yeah, it's easy.
Should
NFL games are destinations to begin with, even when they're in your own backyard. It is truly an event.
So the first year with fans that the Las Vegas Raiders had, you're not going to believe this, but hey, talk about a success story. Out of 32 teams, they were 26th.
Nice. That's not last.
They were 26th in attendance. And you might say, but Dave, hold on. Maybe the stadium isn't huge. Okay, well, if you want to play that game, they were 22nd in capacity. Jason, last year, the Las Vegas Raiders, in the number one sport in the entire nation, Las Vegas Raiders were 30th out of 32 teams in attendance.
Yeah.
And now they're going to bring baseball.
The tourism.
Were the Maloofs there?
They were there.
The Maloofs were there last
Stanley
night.
Cup champion, the Maloofs.
And I want everybody to go watch the video online because it shows Joe and Gavin. And I don't know what person's holding up the cup before them, but there's like a smattering. Like all the players have left now. Now it's just like the owners and friends and stuff. And somebody's holding up the cup and you see people clapping. And then in true Gavin form, he's like, and then he starts like clapping just because he knows he's supposed to. And then they both hold the cup up together. I don't know that anyone, I honestly can't remember. Did anyone clap?
I'm sure. But they kind of go to a shot of just the two brothers, so it's hard to tell.
I don't think it was like a slow clap that never made it. Baseball's Diamondbacks won the title in their 4th season. The Marlins in their 5th. The Bucks in their 3rd. And for those teams, I think that's a little bit crazier than the Knights winning. It's just the NHL rules are different. And by the way, I don't know that I hate that.
Yeah.
We've got NBA expansion coming up here very, very soon. It'll be interesting to see what they do. We'll take a break. We're going to talk about this a lot today, the reverse boycott yesterday and how A's fans pulled this off. And I want to give credit to a group of people that you probably have not heard get credit yet, but my God, do they deserve it. We'll get to that next.
The 123rd U.S. Open Golf Championship takes place at the Los Angeles Country Club, and Sactown Sports has you covered.
The U.S. Open, the tournament that I'd like to win, after having so many good opportunities.
Tune in from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. on Thursday, June 15th and Friday, June 16th for leaderboard updates and analysis.
Sactown Sports coverage of the U.S. Open is brought to you by Naturewood Home Furnishings, where it's all about choices and always about quality.
All new spring deals are here at Lowe's. Start planting your garden this weekend with Bonnie 11.8-ounce vegetables. Buy 4 for $10. Plus, liven up your patios and decks with fresh blooms. Select 1.5-gallon hanging baskets or 2 for $20. Lowe's knows spring. Lowe's knows home improvement. Offers valid through 5/17. In-store only. Actual plant size and selection varies by location. While supplies last, excludes Alaska and Hawaii.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by Byers Leaf Guard Gutter System and Roofing.
I'm Tamara Berg in the KCRA 3 Weather Center. Your Wednesday starts out comfortably with upper 50s to lower 60s. Into the afternoon, we'll enjoy plenty of sunshine, light winds, and afternoon highs in the upper 80s. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA 3 News and the KCRA 3 app.
To protect your home from the top down, start from the roof line up. Get clog-free Byers Leaf Guard gutters, fire-safe roofing from Byers Roofing, and power your home with Byers Solar. Act now for $500 off Buyers Leaf Guard Gutters at dadsbuyers.com.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave from my good friends at Amy's Outdoor Living, now in Sacramento and El Dorado Hills. They're your grilling headquarters with smoking hot deals. Get it? Smoking hot deals on Traeger, Weber, and Big Green Egg barbecues, plus the professional grade Gosney pizza ovens for Father's Day. That's right, for Father's Day, not dads and grads. Father's Day. Save up to $600 on Traeger Timberline models. Save up to $100 on Weber Genesis. Stop in and see all the in-store offers they have. And oh, by the way, free setup and delivery, which is a huge help. Save up to 40% on select in-store patio furniture and umbrellas. Their umbrella shipment just arrived with many colors, sizes, and shapes. It's all at Amy's Outdoor Living, El Camino near Watt, and inside Amy Ace Hardware in the El Dorado Town Center. Just tell them your good buddy Carmichael Dave sent you.
Power Business Technology is proud to be 100% independent, locally owned, and managed Toshiba copier dealer. Local ownership cuts out the red tape, allowing ourselves to never be too busy to personally answer the call when our clients need us. Recognized for excellence in service execution, training, and customer service, we're proud to be named a 2022 Toshiba ProMasters Elite Dealer. Contact us today for all of your business printing needs at 844-POWER-BZ. That's 844-769-3729, or visit us at powercopiers.com.
This is an important notice to consumers facing $10,000 or more in credit card debt, medical bills, or other unsecured debt. You may not be required to pay it all back because there are special programs that will significantly reduce the amount you owe if you qualify. Accredited Debt Relief has helped qualify consumers with over $1 billion in debt. This is not bankruptcy or a debt consolidation loan. For this free information, call 800-458-8822. 800-458-8822.
Hey guys, did you know June is Men's Health Month? Prioritize your health and address those issues you've been ignoring. Revive Men's Health Sacramento has guaranteed low T and ED solutions. Book your free exam and T-check today and save $199. And find out how you can get a free 1-month supply of custom ED medication. Call 916-277-8599. That's 916-277-8599. Or visit revivemenshealth.com today.
Oh, God, he's back.
Who's back?
The clown.
The naked one?
Yes, Giggles. He just drove on the lot in a new Kia.
Does he want to trade it in?
No, he wants to show it off.
Isn't he showing off enough?
Oh, here he comes.
See what Elk Grove Kia did for me? That's service. That's why they got my business, not you.
Yeah, I think we've already seen too much of your business. Thank you.
Elk Grove Kia. Great service for everyone.
Elk Grove Kia has never made it easier for you to show it off. Like the hottest all-electric EV in the market, the luxurious EV6. Save big with lease specials of $10,000 below MSRP. Not just one or two, but every EV6 in stock. Don't worry about credit. No credit, bad credit, charge-offs, repos. Don't worry. Our team has over 100 years of experience. Others say no. Elk Grove Kia says yes. Get your EV6 today at Elk Grove Kia in the Elk Grove Auto Mall or elkgrovekia.com and show it off today.
Elk Grove Kia.
At Ashton & Price, over the last 25 years, we've won just about every injury case you can think of. Slip and fall, falling merchandise, fell through rotted decking, we won those. Dangerous stairs, falls into holes, dog bites, won them. Injured while pedestrian or on a bicycle, auto, motorcycle, big rig, company vehicle, Uber, or Lyft accident, we've won them all. And the best news is there's no fee until you win. So no matter how you got injured,
remember, for the best advice, don't think twice. Call Ashton & Price.
Progressive protects more than just your home and car. You could save when you bundle your motorcycles, ATVs, boats, and RVs. Doesn't that sound good? Like the sound of your boat cruising along the Intercoastal. And there's the sound of the prop hitting a really big rock. And now the sound of waves, because the engine stopped. But you know what does sound good? You're covered with Progressive. So bundle all your vehicles and home in one place and save with the multi-policy discount. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers.
I switched to Boost Mobile and got a free Samsung Galaxy A23 5G phone. Want to know the best part?
It was free?
Nope.
The fact that it's on America's largest 5G networks?
Nope. It's the ding.
Oh, yeah. Love the ding.
Right? It's all about the ding. It's the dingarooski, the dingarone, the ring-a-ding-ding.
Unleash your power to save with Boost. Get a free Samsung Galaxy A23 5G phone when you switch.
Boost Mobile. Unleash your power.
And the ding.
Limited time offer. New customers only. Available on select networks. 5G not available everywhere. One device per line. Tax excluded. Additional restrictions apply. See your local Boost Mobile store for details.
KHTKAM Sacramento. KYMX HD2 Sacramento.
Take it on the local level.
Live and local, 6 a.m. to 6 p.m., Monday through Friday.
From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios. Sactown Sports. Sactown Sports.
Headlines.
Good morning with your Sactown Sports headlines. I'm Jay Mars. The Golden Knights of Las Vegas are playing in just their 6th season in the NHL, and last night hoisted Lord Stanley's Cup.
The Golden Knights start to celebrate on their bench. The silver trophy to the Golden Knights.
Speaking of Vegas, the Nevada Senate passed a bill yesterday, SB 1, that would fund $380 million towards a stadium in Las Vegas for the Oakland A's. That stadium vote is expected to pass today in the assembly and then be voted on unanimously by owners during a relocation vote. A's fans, however, were not going down without a fight last night as nearly 28,000 fans packed the Oakland Coliseum in what was being called a reverse boycott in a 2-1 win over the Rays.
And it's swung on and missed, and the A's have won it on a night of incredible emotion and with the unprecedented nature of the night. The Oakland A's have beaten the Tampa Bay Rays by the final of 2-1.
Coming up later on today, Kenny Thomas joins us at 9 a.m. from the Folsom Lake Honda Hotline. Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop. And if you missed that interview, check it out later today at SactownSports.com. Those are your headlines. Back to the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone, and then boom.
With Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sactown Sports.
Hour number 2. Show is flying by. Want to remind you, we are off Monday, observing the Juneteenth holiday. We'll be back on Tuesday. Jay Mars, do we have any thing up on the schedule yet? TBD type of thing for Monday programming?
Monday programming from 9 a.m. to noon. While you're out and about doing whatever you're out and about doing, tune into myself and Chris Watkins.
Hey, Jay and Watkins and Jay.
Watmars.
Yeah, how about that? This was the scene.
Markins.
That's good.
I like that.
Call us Laurie.
This was the scene last night at the Oakland Coliseum. Now, this was the 5th inning. This was they did some pretty cool planned events at the reverse boycott. And the whole deal was everybody stands up and is silent during the at-bat. As soon as the at-bat is over.
It's not easy to do, and they did it well.
They did it really well. And then as soon as the at-bat's over, it's now 0-2. That's
behind 0-2.
Fouled back.
Here's a funny story. My wife would take our
kids
0-0
to
baseball games. I was working in
top of the 5th,
Texas.
And you got everybody sitting behind the
youngest, who's now 21.
The plate, all the front row people wearing sell the team shirts. They say sell in white on greenback.
All the way till she's like 18 years old.
Listen how quiet it is.
He's swinging a fair ball inside the third base line, and Siri's going to turn
20,000 people there.
Make his way to second, and he has notions about third. He'll put the brakes on as Seth gets it back in. Crowd goes silent and now getting very loud at the Coliseum. Taylor Walls would now stand in for Tampa Bay. Rays trying to open the scoring, and Hogan can't hear with the pitch count because of the crowd, and now time is.
Hogan has to call timeout because he can't hear. The pitcher cannot hear the instructions.
Yeah,
because it is so loud. The umpire has to come out with the catcher to the plate. It was a playoff atmosphere. If or a relocation atmosphere. I said yesterday, and I've said all along, I didn't like this idea because I was afraid of the place, okay, so you get 10,000 people there. That's your big thing. And it falling on deaf ears. Well, it got coverage everywhere. It was on Sports Center.
Yeah.
It was, everybody was writing about this. And Jason, I want to take a moment, and I'm not going to use names. I know them, you know them too. I'm not going to use names because one thing that people don't think about in these situations, and same thing with the Kings, it was tough to think about, and nor should you. I get it, but we think about it. The broadcasters and the crews that bring you these games are in an incredibly tough position. They, they don't want the team to move. They have families. This is their jobs.
Right.
The large majority of them, if not almost all of them, the job will go to Vegas without them. They're not relocating. They have kids in school. They're just like you and I.
Yeah.
They want the team to stay, a fan wants the team to stay because they're a fan of the team. These people want the team to stay because they're fans of the team. They travel with them. They're around them all the time. Obviously, they love the team. It's also their income. It's their family income. They are, in most cases, the major breadwinners in their family, and those jobs are going away. And it's easy to forget that. And I really want to shout out, and again, I won't use names here. I want to shout out the directors and the people in charge of the broadcast yesterday, many of which also work on Kings games. Because if you noticed, and you're not going to notice until somebody like us points it out, like when that chant broke out, the camera panned to the crowd, people wearing Sell the Team shirts, people chanting and drumming. That didn't have to happen. They could have panned to it. There's ways to avoid all of it. They could have had a plan going in. Pan to a graphic. Let's go to an ad.
Show a player.
Keep the camera on. Like, there were times during the Kings relocation where those were legit things. That Rick Adelman's first game back famously is a famous, not well-kept secret within the Kings media community. They were told not to show Rick Adelman on camera his first game back here with Houston, wasn't it? Correct. They couldn't show Rick. They were told by the Maloofs not to show Rick Adelman, and they had to, of course, follow the order. If you went back and watched the game, you'd see Rick Adelman was never shown. Obviously, that order didn't come down, and I hope it didn't, or there's going to be some job issues today. And that broadcast team made a point to tell the story of the broadcast, and you can't tell the story of the broadcast, Jason, without telling the story of 28,000 fans doing the best they could to make some noise.
Yeah, last night, what I was wrestling with at first, so I'm following it through social media, which a lot of people did, and I've learned, and we've all learned, we've talked about it, like social media is so loud, can be so great, can be so damaging. We don't need to get to the merits of that, but my point here is this just really loud here? Is it just on social media and the people that are at the game? Is this getting anywhere else? But to your point, it was on SportsCenter.
It was everywhere.
The show before us, the DA show, Damon Amendola. I've heard it in other spots. People were talking about it. So they did move the needle, not just to whatever percent Twitter is and social media. But then what I also appreciated was, I would say, friends of the show. Kyle Madsen, an A's fan at the game. Matt George, A's fan.
At the game,
but covering it as well. But Frankie was there.
He
Mark
got picked up by Sports Illustrated.
Was there. And just a lot of people that, one, either care about the A's, had connections to the A's, gather the history of this, went. And then I thought the night, yes, the A's won, and I think that's a really cool story. I thought the night was a parade for the fans, and I thought it was awesome.
I thought it was too. They were it says they were averaging 8,500 fans.
Which seems high.
That is if they had half of that. I'm dead serious.
That's basically because they had like 3 or 4 outlier games this year.
Season opener.
Season opener had like 30.
Not averaging 8,500
paid
fans.
attendance.
Yeah, right, exactly.
But I was with you on your initial thought, like, okay, that's cute, because we heard early numbers like they were hoping to get 10,000.
Right.
Like, well, I don't know if that helps. Now when you're in the high 20s and the organization they had, the stuff before the game, the chants, that was awesome.
Well, and also you had, I don't know how they pulled this off either. I don't know if they specifically bought those seats behind home plate or if they seeked out those behind home plate. But remember, they had 7,000 of those shirts, and 28,000 people there, simple math, that's only a quarter of the people. Well, they got all the people, all but like 2 people sitting in camera view to wear those seats. That was a stroke of genius. The planned chants were a stroke of genius. And it's Shakespearean almost. It's a tragedy because the vote came down from Nevada just hours before. And we should probably, for all intents and purposes, we should be hearing about the relocation basically being official from a Nevada point of view by the end of this week. It has to go to the assembly to get passed. It needs a simple majority. All thoughts were that the Senate was the big hurdle. The governor is behind it. There's obviously been a lot of backroom dealing and a lot of no votes flipping to yes votes. And as we talked about earlier in this week, this is where politics this is the gross part of politics is what were people promised, what was done behind the scenes. And the A's are taking advantage of the rules and using them to their advantage. This will pass in Vegas, barring some crazy miracle or, John Fisher is caught in some crazy scandal. I mean, that's what it would take at this point for the team not to go. And, oh, by the way, did you say Bob Nightingale reported, I think, that Major League Baseball is going to overwhelmingly, if not unanimously, approve this move? It's terrible. It's terrible. It's gross. It's Seattle-esque. It perhaps. Now, I understand the arguments. There's a reason why the Warriors left Oakland. There's a reason why Las Vegas left, the Raiders left Oakland. And somebody showed me a graphic yesterday that even when the A's were in the playoffs, their attendance was not great. We will forever wonder, however, when we go back to the 1989 Bay Bridge series and Jose Canseco, Mark McGuire, the Bash brothers, and the A's are selling out every damn game and doing amazing. What would a waterfront ballpark have done in Oakland? Because, San Francisco is not exactly doing great right now. What would a waterfront ballpark and competent ownership have done in Oakland? Those fans are never going to know that.
Yeah, the other part, was being reported about Bob Nightingale saying the owners would all approve unanimously. That part, I think, needs to be unearthed a little bit because that's also what moved the needle with the Kings. It was like at first, it's like, yeah, they're all going to want this to happen. Then you could slowly, it started to change. Ownerships, others like, I wouldn't want our team to move. And I love the fan support. Sacramento's a great community. Let's keep that team there. And it's like, whoa, things just started to shift.
This is far from over. The politician Barbara Lee has introduced legislation to go after the A's or the baseball antitrust exemption if the A's were to move. We still have to figure out where the A's are going to play for the next 3 or 4 years. Much, much, much more to come. But for a night, the A's had some fun. A's fans had some fun, and that team has won 7 games in a row. We'll take a break. When we come back, 3 for Madness brought to you by Fire Wings. The NBA playoffs numbers are in. Is there trouble in Buffalo with Stephon Diggs? And 49er ownership has made a purchase, which actually I have an addendum to this as well. We'll do all that next.
Sactown Sports is Sacramento's new home for the San Francisco 49ers.
It feels awesome. We deserve this. Let's go, Niners!
Purdy
going to throw, and it is Kittle in the back of the end zone.
Samuel.
Debo 10. Debo. Touchdown!
And McCaffrey.
Touchdown! CMC!
They all live here on Sactown Sports.
Your official home for 49ers football.
Hey, you want to be around people having a great time? You need to come check out Capital Casino, offering the most varieties of table games in the region in the friendliest environment. Come for the food, which is awesome, of course, and stay and play. Conveniently located in downtown Sacramento at 411 North 16th Street. Right there in downtown Sacramento for over 20 years. Cap Casino, best food, best games, and of course, the best action. And please gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER.
Greetings from M&S Auto on El Camino, just off the Cap City Freeway. And a big thanks to our repeat customers for letting us be your favorite car dealer. Repeat customers make us proud. M&S customers know that they're going to find the car, 4x4, or SUV they want. They'll get treated like family and save thousands. Whether you're a repeat customer or a first-time buyer, welcome. M&S Auto, the intelligent car buying experience. MSAutogroup.com.
3 questions, 3 answers. It's 3 for Madness on the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Here's question 1.
All right. 3 for Madness, question 1. We've got questions. We've got answers. Jay Mars.
I got one question I want to get to before this, though.
Mm-hmm.
How many different flavors does Fire Wings have? There's this like number floating around online that seems nuts.
Let me look it up. I think is it 18?
I've heard higher.
Is it 20? Oh, it's 21.
It can drink
21 different flavors, which, by the way, I need to get on this because apparently the bet that happened was somebody on the text line bet me that Denver would win in 4 or 5. I said I thought it would go 6 or 7. I'm just taking everyone's word for that. And so he says, Dave, for our bet, can you call the credit in for the 20-piece Fire Wings to the Fire Wings in Rockland on Sierra College near I-80? My son has a 7-on-7 at Sierra College tonight. That'll work out perfectly. Yes. Now,
what does that mean?
Yeah, I don't know. They're playing a game.
He has a 7-on-7?
I guess.
Football.
Yeah. Football, soccer. I don't know.
Hockey?
Yeah.
Lacrosse.
So the good news for me, though, is it's a 20-piece wings. Today's Wings Day Wednesday.
Oh.
88 cents a wing.
Oh, there you go.
For a 10-piece. So that means I'm getting out of that bet for $17.60. I just need to figure out. Yeah, I will do that. Text me 916-339-1140 is the text line. Text me your name and your first and last name, and I'll call them when I get off work and figure out how.
All right, doing that right now.
I know. Everyone in the I'm going to match it to the phone number. So everyone relax, you scam artists. Question 1.
The NBA playoffs saw their highest rating since 2018. Yay.
Yeah.
However, finals were down by around 1 million viewers. Is this the NBA's fault for not properly marketing the Denver Nuggets?
No, because the NBA doesn't do the marketing for the NBA. That's the big misnomer. They don't. They do their, hey, watch play the 5 o'clock ABC. Nobody cares about that. The media does the marketing for the NBA. That's where the narratives are formed on in the media, podcasts, videos, us, that's where it happens. And unfortunately, the bulk of the national media, especially concentrated on the East Coast, did not know enough about the Denver Nuggets. And they had invested a lot of time, Nick Wright, and focus and ego, Nick Wright, on having guys like Nikola Jokic not be fine players, but not great. I mean, he doesn't have a title, and he can't do this, and he hasn't gone through anyone. They did that, and then now people who, not all people are obsessives like us. Most NBA fans, in fact, are casuals, and they listen to the media to take their notes from. And they went, "Oh, well, this must not be a great, this won't be fun." This wasn't a great series. It was a 5-game series. It was
competitive, though.
But it was competitive, and there were some great moments, and you had an opportunity to see the national, or should I say international, birth of a superstar who should have been a superstar a couple years ago. I think it's the fault of the media more than anything.
Yeah, I think if it's good basketball, it's good basketball. I think a lot of people would say the best series of the postseason might have been Kings and Warriors. Mm-hmm. How many people knew about the Kings before that? That's out of here. I think people just got kind of caught in when they were watching it, and they said, this is just good basketball. And so we didn't have a lot of dramatic finishes to the finals. Like the last game was one of the most compelling games, and it was waiting to see if Denver would get their first championship. But yeah, I don't put it on the league. It's more the people that cover the league.
Really, also, the Kings were in the finals.
Right.
And that obviously hurt a little bit too. But ratings were fine. The finals, the playoffs in general were very, very well received. Number 2.
Question 2.
Bills wide receiver Stephon Diggs missed the team's first mandatory minicamp yesterday amid a team issue that QB Josh Allen took a little responsibility for. Is this situation going to be tenable in Buffalo this year?
I mean, Josh Allen got out there and was like, hey, I could have done a little bit better at some things, and Stephon's my guy, and I love him. And the Allen Diggs tandem over the last 3 years, there's more receptions than any other tandem in the NFL, including guys like Burrow and Chase, Jefferson Cousins, Kelsey and Mahomes is the other one I saw. They obviously have had a lot of success together.
Stephon Diggs last year had 108 catches for 1,429 yards and 11 touchdowns. He had a wonderful season. He's had a few wonderful seasons. He signed a contract extension last summer and got paid handsomely. Now, with the caveat that I don't know everything, and neither do any of us. So I don't know if it comes out later that someone was talking to somebody's girlfriend or things were said that were, barring that, this is just the tried and true NFL tradition of diva-ass wide receivers doing diva-ass stuff, and I got no time for it. Just, you got paid, dude. You signed the contract. You had a wonderful year. You're getting your touches. What the hell do you want, man?
Yeah, this is the one. Just to me, what was more troublesome about all this was the quotes. Like you mentioned, the one where Josh Allen basically said, yeah, I probably could have done more to help alleviate this situation. I know Coach McDermott said this is very concerning that he's not here. So you're putting others of leadership in a spot to answer for him.
Yeah.
And what is the reason you're not there? Is it just the diva thing and you'll be there at some point here at minicamp, or is there something more to it? And it puts your teammates, a team that is Super Bowl caliber, I don't know that it's going to be a season-long distraction, but it's a distraction for the moment, and you just want to be done with those things.
There's Josh Allen.
I think that there's some things that could have gone better last year and didn't. I think we're just, as an organization, maybe not communicating the right way.
Okay. I don't know what that means.
Yeah.
Just shut up.
To answer to that.
You got paid. You're getting your receptions. Everyone's paying. Go win a Super Bowl.
Go do your job, do it well, and win as many games as you can.
And by the way, this is after he was very openly and publicly ticked off at Josh Allen on the sidelines last year, which I don't have a problem with that. Everyone's emotional, but dude, there's a whole team there. Yeah. Be a part of the team. Number 3.
Question 3.
San Francisco 49ers ownership has recently bought Leeds United. This is an English soccer team that was just relegated from the Premier League. If you could invest in a franchise in one sport for financial purposes, who would it be?
It's actually interesting because, the Giants and Dodgers, name your rivalries, right? So here's where it goes in England. You've got Leeds kind of to the northeast, Manchester to the west of that, and then Liverpool to the west of that. Well, in the middle, and they're all like 45 minutes apart. In the middle of between Manchester and Leeds, just 10 minutes away, you fly into the Leeds airport if you want to go to Huddersfield Town, which is the team that Kevin Nagel just bought from the Republic. And they hate each other. Like Leeds and Huddersfield Town hate each other. And now, because Leeds got relegated, they're now in the same league as Huddersfield Town, is trying to go up.
So big rivalry.
Well, my point is this. Now you have two Northern California owners. It would be the equivalent of those guys over in England buying up both the Giants and the Dodgers, or the A's and the Giants. It's going to be this crazy rivalry now that's now going to involve Sacramento and San Francisco. There's a lot more to this. That wasn't the question, but just keep an eye on that, because that's going to be a little bit of Northern California fun going on next year in England. However, dude, I would buy an English championship team. I would buy a second-level team. Let me tell you something. I don't know what these teams are worth. I saw the numbers on Leeds. But if you go up to the Premier League, and keep in mind, you're buying these teams for like 50 million, 80 million, whatever, 100 million. I know the Leeds was under 100 million, I believe. You go up to the Premier League, you get $250 million for like 3 years. Like, it's ridiculous what happens to the valuations over there. The money is insane. And then even if you get sent down, they gift you more money for a couple of years so that all the super high paid players you hired because you're now in the Premier League, now that you're in the lower league and your profits have been cut in half, you have to be able to pay those contracts. So they have this subsidization program over there. It's pretty awesome, man. I've had a chance to take a look at some of it from the outside. They're making a ton of money over there. That's why there's a lot of Ryan Reynoldses and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers owners own Manchester United, Liverpool, Arsenal. There's a reason why a lot of these guys are buying these teams.
I think I would still go NBA just because of preference, and I think valuations have all gone crazy high. At some point, it feels like these have to top out, but maybe not.
They were saying that in the 80s.
You're right. You're right. And so, there's probably some charm in buying an NFL team, just fewer games and all that. But to me, it'd be the NBA. Jay, I know you'd buy NBA. No?
For financial reasons, the NHL's looking kind of nice.
Oh.
You see what the Senators went for?
Mm-mm.
$1 billion. They sold for $1 billion. And you're going to see several NHL teams that are well under $1 billion
right.
get a nice spike in valuation.
I just wonder what the growth potential is for the NHL. Although, you know what? Listen, I will amend my statement to kind of match Jason because he's 100% correct, I believe. Over long term, I'm buying an English team. Over the next 5, there is no investment in sports that is more guaranteed to turn you a profit than an NBA team over the next 4 to 5 years. You buy the team, you get the TV deal, which is going to be sky high. They're the last league open, and now you have a writer's strike. You have all this stuff going on right now, DVRs and all that. Everybody wants sports, and now they really want sports. Yeah. The NBA is the only one left. Hell, the MLS got a 10-year deal.
Yeah, and you got expansion coming over here. You get other free
expansion. Money. So you buy the team, you wait for the TV money to come in, you wait for the expansion money to come in.
And you get out.
Yeah. And you just
Michael Jordan should take your advice.
Michael Jordan should 100% take my advice. He should also take my advice to head on down to Fire Wings. All right, I have the name of the gentleman that I got to buy Fire Wings for. I wish there was a way. Can I just I don't even know how to. I got to call Fire Wings, but they don't even open for a while because I gotta set this guy with a gift card or something.
Why don't you just have him send his order to you? You can just place the order under his name.
It's like it's a pickup, but it's not for you. It's for
just put it under his name.
Jim.
Yeah,
that's a good point. Oh, hey Jeff.
We were close, Jim.
I'll grab you 2 because it's Wings Day Wednesday. So I'll grab you 2 10 pieces. All right. So just give me the flavors and give me the time you want to pick them up and the location. You can text that at 916-329-1140, and I will order those online, and they'll be waiting for you.
I think there's only one way to do it.
How?
You get them all. He's getting 20. You get them all 21 flavors. Just one of each.
Oh, and then like an extra point?
Yeah.
Bloop.
Little tip.
Either way, go to firewings.com, find the location nearest you. Tell them about Carmichael Dave and Jason sent you now. It's Wings Day Wednesday, 88-cent wings. Fire Wings, just wing it. Let's look for parts on NBA teams. We did Toronto yesterday. How about Milwaukee? There's a couple of very interesting names here that could factor in well for the Sacramento Kings. We'll do that next.
Check out the Golf to Go Hour with Frank LaRosa every week on Sactown Sports. Get the latest on equipment, area courses, people who play the great game, and plenty of good conversations about golf. It's the Golf to Go Hour every week with Frank LaRosa on Sactown Sports. Golf to Go is brought to you by the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop, America's most awarded golf facility. Nature Wood Home Furnishings, where it's all about choices and always about quality.
Lowe's knows the best deals for dad. That's why this Father's Day, you can shop our best gifts from the brands he loves for less. Help Dad power his next big project by getting him a Cobalt 24-volt Max drill kit, now only $89. And save up to 40% on select tools and accessories. Shop Father's Day deals today, in-store and online. Lowe's knows dads. Lowe's knows home improvement. Valid through 6/14 while supplies last. Selection varies by location.
Yeah, I'm so stressed. Our business is growing. We've got people all over now.
Uma.
What is that? Meditation?
I'm recommending the Uma cloud phone system with auto attendant and more than 50 features.
Uma?
Yep. Switching to Uma is a cinch. Just $24.95 per month per user, plus taxes and fees.
Uma.
Now you're feeling it. Find small business calm at Uma.com/radio. That's OOMA.com/radio.
Power Business Technology is proud to be 100% independent, locally owned, and managed Toshiba copier dealer. Local ownership cuts out the red tape, allowing ourselves to never be too busy to personally answer the call when our clients need us. Recognized for excellence in service execution, training, and customer service, we're proud to be named a 2022 Toshiba ProMasters Elite Dealer. Contact us today for all of your business printing needs at 844-POWER-BZ. That's 844-769-3729, or visit us at PowerCopier.com.
Sactown Sports
Headlines.
Good morning with your Sactown Sports headlines. I'm Jay Mars. The Golden Knights of Las Vegas are playing in just their 6th season in the NHL, and last night hoisted Lord Stanley's Cup.
The Golden Knights start to celebrate on their bench. The silver trophy to the Golden Knights.
Speaking of Vegas, the Nevada Senate passed a bill yesterday, SB1, that would fund $380 million towards a stadium in Las Vegas for the Oakland A's. That stadium vote is expected to pass today in the Assembly and then be voted on unanimously by owners during a relocation vote. A's fans, however, were not going down without a fight last night as nearly 28,000 fans packed the Oakland Coliseum in what was being called a reverse boycott in a 2-1 win over the Rays.
And it's swung on and missed, and the A's have won it on a night of incredible emotion and with the unprecedented nature of the night. The Oakland A's have beaten the Tampa Bay Rays by the final of 2-1.
Coming up later on today, Kenny Thomas joins us at 9 a.m. from the Folsom Lake Honda Hotline. Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop. And if you missed that interview, check it out later today at SactownSports.com. Those are your headlines. Back to the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Waking you up with the best in local sports.
They just make it interesting, you know?
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross
on Sactown Sports.
Sorry, I had to make sure our guy gets his fire wings order because you know when you make a bet, you got to pay him.
Absolutely. Rule number one.
Nobody likes Welshing on a bet. Which, by the way, I gotta find that out. I've never figured that out before. What? Because Welsh is people are Welsh. So what does that mean? Are they known for not paying off their bets, or is there something there? Is that now a problematic statement? See, you got to research these things.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? What if the Welsh are like, I pay my bets. Let's call it something else. Welcome back. Dave J. Jason, we'll take you all the way till 10 a.m. Did Watkins make it back?
Yeah, he was on yesterday.
Yeah.
How long did you end up?
An hour.
About an hour?
Yeah.
Jason putting in 5 hours.
This many.
How was it like? What was it like spending an hour on the air with a radio legend? Prepared, professional.
It was an honor. It was a true honor. He didn't give us the Rick Camp story, though.
No, he didn't.
No,
he didn't. No, he didn't. The Milwaukee Bucks have a player option in Chris Middleton available, a gaggle, should I say, of players, 4 to be exact, Brook Lopez, Jay Crowder, Joe Ingles, and Wesley Matthews, that are all available. All different levels of interest. I think Chris Middleton obviously would be the biggest get there. Don't discount a guy, Brook Lopez, who was mentioned very strongly in the Defensive Player of the Year category last year for the Bucks. Jay Crowder, a guy who has played on a few teams, and you may remember him from Phoenix, kind of had a little more than a cup of coffee with Milwaukee, but And then Joe Ingles, same thing, Utah, hard-nosed type of dude, and then Wesley Matthews, who seemingly kind of more towards the end than the beginning of the career.
Yeah, of the 5, there's 3 that interest me more than others, I guess, than the other 2. I would say, obviously, Middleton is the most, is the best of the group, I would say, best, because Lopez is still really, really good and does different things for a lot of teams. So I would say Middleton, Lopez, and Ingles in a sense. I think you get all at a different price point. Now, let's keep in mind that Middleton's got a player option, so it'd have to be that's a guy you're going to be giving up stuff to get. But yesterday you and I brought up Jakob Poeltl, and if we bring up Lopez today, I still think this goes down to a question for Monty and Wes, probably more so than Mike Brown, because Mike Brown's going to coach what he's given, not that he isn't a part of some of these decisions. But to me, I think the Sabonis puzzle is an interesting one because I think you have to do everything as a front office planning for the big payday for him in a year.
Yes.
And I also think kind of his superpowers are at the 5. But the things he doesn't do hurts the team a little bit. And It's not look, there's no perfect player, but you're getting a skilled big man that's maybe the 3rd or 4th best center in the league. And if you put him at power forward, I think he'd be a really good power forward in the league, but you've got to get the 5 that truly complements him. But now can you incorporate it where you're still getting the strengths of Sabonis as an offensive facilitator at the 4, which I think you can.
What would that 5 look like, attribute-wise, that would perfectly complement?
Well, here's where Lopez and Pirtle, but probably more Lopez has some of it than Pirtle. Like, Pirtle's more, to me, of a little bit of a duplicate, can facilitate and pass, but really a rim protector and a rebounder. Lopez is a rebounder, rim protector, a defensive player, but certainly shoots threes.
Yes.
So, I mean, he was an all-star in New Jersey, or were they Brooklyn, then I can't quite remember, but as a post player, averaging a double-double. Right. Then he just transformed his game and became, Splash Mountain out there hitting the threes. So I think him and Sabonis could play together for sure, but it feels like everything right now is designed about Sabonis being the 5. And I'm not saying that's wrong, but I feel like that's the way the team is constructed present day.
Brook Lopez is one of the more interesting stories, I think, career-wise in NBA history in one aspect. He came into the league in 2008 with New Jersey. He played 4 seasons with them, then went to Brooklyn, played 5 seasons with them. In his first 8 seasons, I think I've got this right. Yeah, 8 seasons. Okay. He made 3 3-pointers.
Wow.
8 seasons, 3 3-pointers. In his next 7 seasons, he made 785, which is over 100 threes a year, about 110, 111 threes a year. Last year, he was 136 and 364. That's a 37.4% clip, which is perfectly respectable. It's not amazing, but it's enough to where you have to respect it. And haven't we said for a while, if you were going to put a 5 to displace Sabonis, because you could still run whatever you wanted with him offensively, you could he's still going to be at the top of the key facilitating. Wouldn't you want the perfect center would be somebody who can protect the rim and who can stretch the floor, as you just said?
Yeah, because I think also then, some would say, well, if he's at the high post, maybe you want someone at the low post. I think you want that floor space for Fox, too, and Cutters and Murray and whoever else you have on this team.
Right. But now you can I think Lopez is the perfect option. He's 35 years old, but he doesn't show any signs of slowing down. He made $13 million last year. I think if you stretched him out a little bit and gave him 2 or 3 years, you might be able to pick him. And now all of a sudden you've got a guy who doesn't rely. Look, I hate when I say doesn't rely on athleticism because he's a world-class athlete, but he doesn't need to jump out of the gym to do his job.
He's just massive.
He's tough. He is a gamer, air quotes. He's a great personality. And he's a guy that's going to give them bona fide defense down low. And now all of a sudden you've got Sabonis at the top of the key and 4 guys that can stretch that can stretch the floor.
I also don't know that you do this, but I think you have to think of it. The team that just won the title is in the West. Mm-hmm. And they also have the best big man in the game. Mm-hmm. So can Lopez stop him? No, nobody can, but he would do a good job on him. Absolutely. And then you have another guy, Sabonis, that could guard him. And if you have to go elsewhere. So you now have, 12 fouls amongst 2 skilled big men that would try to go against Jokic when you play him in the regular season and if you met him in the playoffs.
Well, now turn it around, Jay. The world champions are in the West, and they have the best big man in the league, and we have to guard him somehow. Who's guarding Lopez and Sabonis?
On the Nuggets?
Yeah.
Jokic and
who?
Gordon.
That's good. Gordon.
Yeah.
The Kings are going to have a nightly mismatch because they're, in a sense, going to have kind of a little, we call Sabonis Diet Jokic. They're going to have a Diet Twin Tower.
But wasn't this also the issue in Indiana? He had a stretch big in Miles Turner, and all you heard about was that didn't fit. And Turner is a quote-unquote rim protector. He's not the rim protector Lopez is.
And I wonder when they say they made the playoffs.
Yes, they did.
I mean, they weren't a champion. Did they just not have enough other stuff?
That's what I think. I don't want to. Jay's point's well taken.
It is.
I don't want to write it off because Miles Turner and Domas didn't win a title together. Right. So now all of a sudden Domas has to play the 5 and can't. This team has to have a rim protector.
Yeah. Well, also you would say if your sample size, which is much smaller, was Sabonis post trade here, just the end of the first year he was here, it didn't work. They weren't very good.
Sure.
Last year they were very good. They had a full season to really prepare for it, get Fox, and him in line. Added other players, and all of a sudden, wow, that you got an all NBA center.
Can Brook Lopez at 35, 36 years old, though, can he run with this team full time? Can he play 30? I mean, honest question. Can he run with this team and play at that level? But then again, you're talking about a Milwaukee Bucks team that was top 8 in offense.
Yeah. Would you also do more? And I don't know that he would, but would you do a 1 year? Like pay him maybe hefty and go like, we'll give you like who'd have had that one time? Reddick got like 30 million for 1 year. Like what?
Yeah.
Or 25.
I would, but I honestly think the way you're going to get Brook Lopez is you take your Harrison Barnes money and make some room. And again, he made $13 million last year, so you throw him a 3-year, $35 million deal. You give him a little more security. Yeah, you're probably going to eat it at the end of that deal and maybe release him.
You probably have a player option, or excuse me, a team option.
Team option, sure, if he'll accept it.
You guys worried about chemistry
with Brook Lopez though?
He knocked out Slamson.
That's a good point.
That's a big point of contention for you.
One of the reasons I love Brook Lopez on this team is because of the chemistry. Can we're going to talk about the Nevada Senate in the next segment. But can we carry this over and then finish out with we can hit the A's in the middle of the segment, but we didn't get a chance. We didn't address Chris Middleton or any of that. I think we can do that in about 2 minutes and then get right to the A's. So we'll take a quick break. We'll come back. We'll finish this up and then we'll get to the Nevada Senate next.
The King season might be over, but Sactown sports coverage never stops.
It's probably one of the best starting points I could have had, starting in the NBA, Sacramento.
Stay tuned all off-season to Sactown Sports and SactownSports.com for the latest Kings news.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave, and I recognize, just like my friends at American Energy Heat and Air, that your time is important. And that's why shopping for a new air conditioner is now easier with American Energy Heat and Air's online quoting tool. All you have to do is go to AmericanEnergyAir.com and get an instant quote right now. It'll help you determine what system you're going to need to get. It'll provide the best pricing options, all from the comfort of your home without having to have somebody come to your home. You know how annoying that is? They come in and everybody there is so sweet and nice, but how much better is it to be able to get it on demand? Visit AmericanEnergyAir.com. Check out how easy it can be. Or if you want to give them a call and talk through what your needs are, 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990 or AmericanEnergyAir.com.
Call 916-520-9990 now.
Summer's here, and the deals are heating up at Fasteners Tool Outlet. You'll find scorching deals next Saturday on Makita Tools. Get 2 free batteries with the purchase of a circular saw kit and get $50 off any 40-volt tool kit. Fasteners Tool Outlet is turning up the heat on Makita Summer Savings next Saturday. Buy a 2-piece combo kit and get 2 extra free batteries. Come into Fasteners Tool Outlet, 6701 Power Inn Road, or on the web at fastenersinc.net.
Guys, did you know that June is Men's Health Month? And right now, Revive Men's Health Sacramento will check your testosterone for free. Knowing your T level is the first step in understanding if you have low T. Your hormones are serious business, and most men start to see changes in their hormone levels starting in their 30s. Your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED. Maintaining an appropriate T level can change your whole life. Get your T levels checked today by a local, experienced, and trusted healthcare professional. Revive Men's Health has successfully helped thousands of men since 2011. Experience and results matter. So, what are you waiting for? Call Revive today to schedule your free testosterone test and free exam. We know we can help you. We guarantee it. Celebrate Men's Health Month. Get your free T-level test and save $199. Call Revive Men's Health at 916-277-8599. That's 916-277-8599. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
The only place in the morning to get your sports fix.
Live and local.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
How about Aaron Gordon going out on the streets of Denver after the game? It's just
shirt off and still in his basketball shorts,
living his best life.
Like cool, but not safe.
Well, as you mentioned off air, I'll give you credit, the full credit for that thought, because it's true. The security was like, Aaron, we can't protect you from okay,
good luck.
I mean, dude, honestly, I'm surprised somebody didn't pants him and take off those shorts. Those are worth a lot of money. All right, just to finish up. So we spent the bulk of the segment as we go through teams the Kings could pick off of talking about Brooke Lopez. Got to be honest. I Wesley Matthews would be a fine bench, whatever, if for cheap, nothing. Joe Ingles slightly above. Well, I love Joe Ingles, but he had that surgery. He's not getting any younger. Again, if you pick up Joe Ingles on some sort of, $5 million a year, 1 year, and he's a roster spot, that's awesome. I love that deal. If you're trying to bring him in as a piece, no. Jay Crowder, 32, not 35. Again, single-digit millions.
Right.
Great. Any of those guys would be it. I think the real question here is Chris Middleton.
Mm-hmm.
And I've said before, I personally would not do that. I would not go after Chris Middleton for a number of reasons, and it really has nothing to do with the fact I think he's a great player, and I think he'd be a great fit, and I think this team would win more games with Chris Middleton. I think all of that is true. My issue with Chris Middleton is simply, number one, Chris Middleton's 32 years old. Number two, if he's opting out of, $37 million next year
for a championship caliber team,
you're effective for a championship caliber team. You're effectively looking at a guy who's going to want a stretched out, what is he going to want? 4 years at 125, 150. And now you got to go with Sabonis next year and you are in cap hell. And that's your guy.
Well, and then you if you do that, obviously, he's a great player, but you'd be then convinced that Sabonis, Fox, and Middleton,
that's your championship team.
That's a championship team. And it might be, but I'm not convinced that it is. It might be, though.
And you're also talking about a guy at 32 years old who played 33 games last year, 66 the year before, 68, 62. He's not exactly 29 in 2016-17. We're not talking about Mr. Iron Man.
Mm-hmm.
You have one shot if you make a signing like that. Love Chris Middleton. That's not what I would blow my wad on. So anyway, the Nevada State Senate passed a stadium funding bill for the Oakland A's just hours before the reverse boycott last night. Now it needs to go through the full assembly to pass.
What's the thought there, by the way?
It'll pass. Yeah. It's a simple majority there. It's a simple majority there. The Senate was the huge hurdle. Well, the governor was the huge hurdle. They got him early. The Senate was the big hurdle. That's where all the open, crazy debate happens.
Yeah, and it flipped pretty quickly. And you're going to get some assembly folks. They're doing whip counts right now, trying to figure. I'm sure they have more than a few. They've got an idea. They're probably already there, but just in case they aren't, they're just going to pass around the purse and figure out who they need to flip and how many votes comes with those flips. It is an absolute formality right now, especially with Bob Nightingale saying that the owners will unanimously. Now, which makes it amazing when you have this giant business in Major League Baseball filled with rich billionaire owners who obviously know something about business, and you're taking a team in a top 10 television market and putting it in like a bottom 30 market or 30 something market, whatever it is, that does have fan support. What are we doing here? Yeah,
as you
without
said,
a relocation fee, potentially.
What are we doing?
Yeah, and I think I don't know the internal pressures, but these are powerful people with a lot of money. And I know seemingly the word was like when the Kings were going through this, a lot of owners weren't putting as much pressure on because they don't want to be put in that spot. Like, hey, I own the Spurs, and I don't think the Malou should be owning this Kings team, but I really don't want to, put my fingerprints on this because then what if everybody someday turns on me as the owner of this team or whatever? And I don't know if that's like protect their own kind of culture, but I also get the feeling it's got to be like anything else where you go, this group's the owner? Like, how much stronger would we be with this other person that I know wants to own a team? And I don't feel like they do enough rallying and support. Unless they do it behind the scenes, I just don't think other owners fight for making their overall ownership group stronger and better for the sport.
No, there would have to be some sort of the only chance now, and it's not even a chance, but the only thing I can think of is there has to be some sort of outside
entity that steps in. Barbara Lee, the politician, had said she would introduce legislation, or at least go after the antitrust exemption for Major League Baseball. And that's a big deal. I would refer to this as the Live PGA route, because those two entities got together, not because of any of the reasons they're telling you. It's because Live was suing PGA, the PGA Tour, and the PGA Tour did not want to go on the stand and have to answer tough questions like, where has all your money come from, and have any of you ever done cocaine? They don't want to do that stuff. Major League Baseball does not want to have to fight for their antitrust exemption, which, by the way, should not exist. So if Barbara Lee were to be able to gather some folks from different states and say, hey, this could happen to you, this is something, which I don't understand why she'd have a problem doing it. This is something, especially for either junior or more low profile congresspersons, this is the type of thing that they can do to get on the news and get their faces out there. It's a very high profile type of thing, and they need to go after the books with baseball. It's the only way. It's boring. It's Al Capone getting caught for tax evasion and not murder, but it's the only way at this point feasibly there's any shot at getting baseball to rethink this thing, because unless John Fisher gets visited by the ghost of baseball future at some point and has a whole Scrooge McDuck turnaround at the last minute, which don't hold your breath, it is done. It's done. It's over. Last night was not a celebration. Last night was a funeral. But it was one of those funerals where the person who died left specific instructions like, I don't want everyone to be sad. I want people to tell stories and celebrate and laugh and, eat food and stuff. That's what we saw last night.
Question for you both.
Answer for you.
Let's say there's some teeth to this legislation, right?
You talking about the Barbara Lee?
Yes. Let's say there's some teeth there, right?
Yeah.
And MLB's like, oh, damn, we don't want to lose this antitrust exemption, which is a very, like you said, that's a very real thing that they do not want to lose.
Oh.
Is there a scenario a la what happened in Charlotte in the NBA or in Cleveland in the NFL in the mid-90s where they're like, all right, let Fisher move this team to Vegas. We want the Vegas market regardless. We already have the deal to get done. We think Fisher might sell in the next 5 years, so we'll have better ownership there. And Oakland presents itself, and, there's conversations with Rob Manfred where they're like, hey, look, we're not too far off from the funding of Howard Terminal. And we got a guy by the name of Joe Lacob who will come in, get this done. Oh, by the way, one of the most successful owners in pro sports over the last 10 years. Give us the A's rights, rename the Vegas team. Is that even a possibility?
I think it is, because I think, to your point, whether it's Lacob or somebody else can come in and say, can we just have the Howard Terminal deal? And it's as much a real estate play as it is a baseball play for them. They're able to buy up that. Vegas was going to get an expansion baseball franchise almost certainly if they're off the table. Now you take a look back at Oakland. I do think I do think it's a possibility. Here's the problem: is that I don't know this. And again, getting into this story deeply, why is Fisher all of a sudden not taking the Howard Terminal deal when they're so close?
Yeah. It's money.
What? Why is baseball unanimously approving? Isn't it it's weird? Why are they not having to pay a relocation fee? Why is John Fisher getting helped out when he's done nothing but take revenue sharing and run his team into the ground and embarrass Major League Baseball? Let's just step back for a second and put on our tinfoil hats. Why is this happening in this fashion from baseball? We get why Oakland's trying to keep the team.
Yeah.
We get why Fisher's trying to move the team. Why is baseball so happy and seemingly compliant to step away, unlike David Stern saying, we don't want to move teams? And I think the answer there probably is a couple of things, but I think one of the big things, and the reason why Jay's scenario probably won't work, is because I think the Giants ownership is dirty. I think they're dirty. I think they're
not helping this.
Nah.
Well, and the other part too is, again, my read on Rob Manfred is I think he wants to solve this as quickly as possible. And honestly, the quickest solution, I mean, would have been Oakland, but that hasn't happened. And now it's, hey, let's get this moving to Vegas. And I think that's also dirty and that's bad. I don't think he's really fighting for the fans at all. And then the other part is I know what everything that was done last night. And I know we're getting to this in the next segment, like the fans having their night. But did that do anything to Fisher? Anything?
No.
Nothing?
Nothing.
Not
a single.
You sure?
I mean, I can't.
But the intention was it to do something, but you think he's just stubborn. Like, I've heard people want me to sell forever.
Care. He has shown absolutely zero breaks in his armor.
Yeah.
As we take a break, I would like to give all of you a little bit of a homework assignment. Some of you may know a little bit about this. Some of you probably don't. Why don't you, during the break, I want you to take a look. Just Google Charles B. Johnson. He is the head CEO, owner of the San Francisco Giants.
Oh, not the former catcher?
Not him.
Oh.
He is worth $6.1 billion. Just read through his Wikipedia page and then ask yourself, especially as you get to the end of the page, ask yourself, you think this guy isn't involved behind the scenes in this whole thing? You think the Giants don't want exclusive rights to Northern California, and you think wheels aren't being greased behind the scenes? I can promise you, when this is all said and done and the A's are in Vegas and somebody does a 30 for 30 on this whole thing, a major player in this whole thing is going to be the workings of the San Francisco Giants behind the scenes to help the A's with their move. Because I think John Fisher's a patsy in this whole thing. I don't think John Fisher's pulling any string. John Fisher can't tie his own shoes. Just like you think Mark Davis cut that deal in Vegas? You think Mark Davis out Sheldon Adelson, the most powerful man in Nevada? You think Bullcut driving an Aerostar pulled that off? It was Jerry Jones. So this thing's dirty. It's dirty to Kingdom Come. We'll take a break. When we come back, it was, however, a powerful, fun night for the A's. We'll get to that story next.
Catch the Oakland A's every weekend on Sactown Sports. Friday nights, Saturdays, and Sundays.
Sinking, that's going to get down for a hit. Around third, your scorer is Tony Kemp. And the A's have taken the lead. Edge of the track, makes the catch. And the Athletics get a great win.
Sactown Sports, your weekend home for the Oakland A's.
Sactown Sports coverage of the Oakland A's is brought to you by Xfinity 10G, the next generation network.
All new spring deals are here at Lowe's. Start planting your garden this weekend with Bonnie 11.8-ounce vegetables. Buy 4 for $10. Plus, liven up your patios and decks with fresh blooms. Select 1.5-gallon hanging baskets or 2 for $20. Lowe's knows spring. Lowe's knows home improvement. Offers valid through 5/17. In-store only. Actual plant size and selection varies by location. While supplies last, excludes Alaska and Hawaii.
When you take the time to shop at Folsom Lake Honda, there's one thing you'll always find. Happy people ready to serve you. As a family-owned and operated dealership since 2009, customer service is our #1 priority. Our customers love doing business with us, and you will too. Get an instant cash offer for your trade at FolsomLakeHonda.com. We'll buy your car whether you buy from us or not. Folsom Lake Honda is your one-stop Honda shop.
Folsom Lake Honda, yeah, your one-stop Honda shop.
Thunder, feel the thunder.
It ignites something inside of you.
Lightning and the thunder.
It's Thunder Valley's $20,000 20th anniversary cash giveaway. 5 winners on Friday and Saturday nights in June. One very lucky guest wins $20,000 guaranteed. See it, hear it, feel it.
Thunder, feel the thunder. Lightning and the thunder.
Thunder Valley Casino Resort. Feel the thunder.
Hey, it's Nick Cattle suggesting you celebrate your 4th of July the right way with the amazing Napoleon Prestige line of outdoor cookers from Green Acres Nursery and Supply. Our Napoleon Stainless Steel Pro Series gas grill has turned us into pros. Napoleon grills have features other grills can't match. Built different, built better, and built to last. All made with premium steel that boasts absolute quality. Just go to Napoleon.com for your nearby Napoleon Grills dealer. Napoleon Grills, now is the time for the best selection of grills and fine accessories. Now is the time to take care of your 4th of July.
The Gold Rush Classic, where the stars and guitars shine. The Gold Rush Classic is a celebrity pro-am golf tournament, a $1 million hole-in-one contest, a skins game, a celebrity draft party, and a concert featuring the Atlanta Rhythm Section. The Gold Rush Classic raises money for Make-A-Wish, Jordan's Guardian Angels, First Tee of Sacramento, Rancho Murrieta Youth Sports, and other worthwhile children's charities. The Gold Rush Classic takes place July 13th and 14th in Rancho Murrieta. Come join the fun, raise money for charity, and play golf with a celebrity like Barnes, Fernandez, Jackson, Lloyd, Merriweather, Ostertag, Polynice, Sharp, Schumann, and our own Greg Vaughn. Golf and concert sponsorships are still available at goldrushclassic.org. The Gold Rush Classic, where the stars and guitars shine. The Gold Rush Classic is sponsored by Adrian Blanco Jewelry, your family jeweler in Folsom. Voted Style Magazine Reader's Choice Best Local Business 3 years in a row.
Power Business Technology is proud to be 100% independent, locally owned, and managed Toshiba copier dealer. Local ownership cuts out the red tape, allowing ourselves to never be too busy to personally answer the call when our clients need us. Recognized for excellence in service execution, training, and customer service, we're proud to be named a 2022 Toshiba ProMasters Elite Dealer. Contact us today for all of your business printing needs at 844-POWER-BZ. That's 844-769-3729, or visit us at PowerCopier.com.
KHTKAM Sacramento, KYMX HD2 Sacramento. From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios, your flagship station for the Beam Team.
Should we light the beam? Light the beam, baby.
Sactown Sports. Sactown Sports.
Headlines.
Good morning with your Sactown Sports headlines. I'm Jay Mars. The Golden Knights of Las Vegas are playing in just their 6th season in the NHL, and last night hoisted Lord Stanley's Cup.
The Golden Knights start to celebrate on their bench. The silver trophy to the Golden Knights.
Speaking of Vegas, the Nevada Senate passed a bill yesterday, SB1, that would fund $380 million towards a stadium in Las Vegas for the Oakland A's. That stadium vote is expected to pass today in the assembly and then be voted on unanimously by owners during a relocation vote. A's fans, however, were not going down without a fight last night as nearly 28,000 fans packed the Oakland Coliseum in what was being called a reverse boycott in a 2-1 win over the Rays.
And it's swung on and missed, and the A's have won it on a night of incredible emotion and with the unprecedented nature of the night. The Oakland A's have beaten the Tampa Bay Rays by the final of 2-1.
Coming up later on today, Kenny Thomas joins us at 9 a.m. from the Folsom Lake Honda Hotline. Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop. And if you missed that interview, check it out later today at SactownSports.com. Those are your headlines. Back to the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone, and then boom.
With Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sactown Sports.
All right, you can look at it as a sad day for Oakland. I'd like to focus on yesterday, and we will momentarily. I wanted to play a sound clip for you guys I came across this morning. This is really apropos of nothing, but it's kind of like what most of the stuff I do is. This was from the Golden Globes a few years ago. Kristen Wiig, Steve Carell. Have you seen this, Jason? You're a fan.
I think I saw it when it happened, but I don't know what
saw it live.
Yeah, this looks familiar.
This is easily the best awards presentation I've ever seen. This is for the. I believe it's Best Animated Film.
Yeah.
We are so happy to present Best Animated Film this evening.
Yes, because we all love animated films. Do you remember the first time you saw an animated movie?
I do, actually, very well. It's kind of a big deal. I was 6 years old, and my dad took me to see Fantasia. It was astounding. The music, the spectacle of the whole thing, it was kind of a life-changing experience.
Yeah, it's a classic.
And as we were leaving the theater, there, standing in the lobby, was my mom. And that was the moment she told my dad that she wanted a divorce. I never saw my father again after that day. Fantasia Day. What about you? What was the first animated film you saw?
Bambi. March 14th, 1981 was the same day we had to put our dogs down. 3 of them. Little Jack, Janet, and Chrissy. My grandpa thought it would be fun to go to the movie, take our minds off of it. But then, Bambi's mom. And also, that was the last day I saw my grandpa. Yeah. He disappeared. And I didn't speak for 2 years.
They cut it off, but maybe the best whole part of the whole thing is that they go, because I went on to YouTube once the full one. There's the applause, and then it kind of comes down. And by the way, you're dealing with 2 comedic maestros there to let it go that long. And Steve Carell just did this. And the nominees are like I said, apropos of nothing, but that made me laugh this morning. Welcome back. The Nevada Senate passed the stadium funding bill for the A's, but man, that didn't stop the A's from having their night last night. And I said on the show yesterday, I've said it a few times, that I was not a huge fan of the reverse boycott, but they pulled it off. And it wasn't that I wasn't a fan, because and again, we made this really clear, like, do things. There's nothing more frustrating than watching your team leave. We know this here. I was worried that not enough people would show up and it would actually highlight, it would fall flat. That couldn't have been more wrong. It looked great. It sounded great. It was organized well. It was pulled off well. They hit all the marks. And oh, by the way, who could have thunk it? Your team just won its 7th game in a row and beat the best team in baseball for the 2nd time in a row.
Yeah, it felt like, again, not being there, but seeing everything and even all the reports and what everybody talked about, it just felt like a true celebration for those that have been longtime A's fans, for those that are going there to support, not wanting to see a team leave, to be mad at ownership, to watch this team that has struggled so mightily this year, and then right now is in this amazing groove. I mean, it just felt fitting, right? The whole time. It's like they won again. They're 6 in a row going into last night. You're like, well, you're playing the Rays. The whole point was about the fans and the support. Oh, but they won again, and a great game, 2-1. It's just in the energy, the people that have been to playoff games that talked about it had the same kind, if not better, energy than that. And it's a reminder of what the power of fans can have.
That's right.
Even in what seems to be a helpless situation. And that's the hardest part, I think, for fan bases.
Brett Rooker with an RBI double to throw the whole thing.
As the pitch, that's line drive down the left field line, base hit, go for extra bases. Peterson around third. Martin's going to wave him home. He's going to come in and score on a double from Rooker. We're tied at 1.
Now, we played this earlier. I want you guys all to listen, because not everybody was here at the beginning of the show. And this was from John Boy, who's one of the most followed online baseball media personalities there is. Like Scott Van Pelt was talking about it. All the major baseball writers and names were talking about it. This is the 5th inning, top of the 5th. Rays at bat, Jose Siri. Hey, Siri. He was at bat. And he laces a double, which isn't the story. The story is there were 28,000 people there, and it was deathly quiet. You barely heard anything. It sounded like a normal A's game this year. And then as soon as the hit happened and the play stopped, the crowd breaks out and sell the team chants.
And Siri's behind 0-2. Here's a funny story. My wife would take our kids to baseball games. I was working in Texas. And even coming here to Oakland, our youngest, who's now 21, Sophia, my wife told her, you can't have cotton candy, you're allergic to it. And she believed it all the way till she's like 18 years old. He's swinging a fair ball inside the third base line, and Siri's going to turn and make his way to second, and he has notions about third. He'll put the brakes on as Seth gets it back in. We heard the crowd go silent and now getting very loud at the Coliseum.
So you have the noise coming in and out, in and out, in and out. Now it's in. Harris can't hear.
Yeah.
So the umpire is going to have to come out, and while he adjusts his earpiece. Also, and you can't see what we're seeing, but I just want to point out again, if you go back, and this is online. In fact, I'll retweet it so you can see it as well if you go off my feed. Again, shout out to the production team for the A's in a terrible position, but making sure that crowd shots and that the story of the game, which was the boycott, is shown.
Taylor Walls would now stand in for Tampa Bay. Ray's trying to open the scoring, and Hogan can't hear with the pitch comm because of the crowd, and now time is called. Things have gotten loud here, and this is.
And you see what the catcher's doing?
Yeah.
He's smiling.
Yeah.
The catcher is walking up to Harris with his mask off. The umpire's coming up, and they're smiling. They know what's going on. It's awesome.
Yeah. Can you play just the rest real quick?
Yeah, sure.
Really new experience in 2023 at the Coliseum. And if you're going to use the technology, you got to make sure it works, right? I mean, pretty significant time. May have caught Hogan by surprise.
All right. So what I was wondering is you said, kind of credit to the crew, the directors, those that chose to show the fans, sell shirts, all the different things. I had wondered, so that's Vince on the call. He didn't reference the chant at all. I wonder if broadcasters were told. And maybe he did it at a different time, just in that specific clip. I mean, he goes, the fans are, making some noise now. But I mean, like it seemed like an opportune time to address what they were saying, and he did not.
Yeah, it's one thing with your ears, it's the other with the eyes,
Mm-hmm.
and it'll be interesting to get this. Again, we're dealing with people that want to keep their jobs,
Right.
and of course, you're the guy who signs your check. Well, they work for NBC, but the guy who signs, John Fisher has power over everybody in this situation. So much like with the Maloofs, you have to be very, very careful. Just like the broadcast team here had to be very, very careful. You literally had guys. I don't mind saying it now. But one of my heroes, your heroes, the whole thing, Craig Amazine, who was the director of broadcasting for the Kings, who was like literally a double agent, working for the Maloofs and the Kings, but like secretly working with all of us, giving us contacts, places, stuff to do, helping us with production. And I got to think some of that's going on there too.
Yeah, I'll say this. I've said this before, but for those that never heard it before, was like people always go, the Kings, they tell you what to say. It's never happened with the exception of one time, and it was Craig Amazine, and it was when the Kings, I think the Maloofs, first agreed to a deal with Seattle, like the early parts of that, and still had a show on here at the time, and did the Kings pregame, and he clearly said to me, read the press release. As it's written, no opinion, don't add on, just read it. This is our team statement. He didn't like it. I hated it.
Yeah.
But he goes, tomorrow on your show, rip it apart. I mean, do what? Now you're on the opinion.
Right.
I can't tell you what to say on your show, but as a Kings thing, pregame, read this press release word for word.
And it's important I want to make sure people get that too. It's important to discern between the Sacramento Kings pregame show that ran on this station as basically a paid block from Malou Sports and Entertainment,
correct.
And then your show the next day.
It's like, I hate this. I think it's a terrible idea. I want the Kings to say, but and it wasn't even really opinion based. It's just basically the terms of what was agreed to, and you're just like, this is painful.
We'll take a break. When we come back, well, there's 10 franchises without a championship now that Denver has won. I'm putting a big fat asterisk on that. We'll get into that next.
The King season might be over, but Sactown sports coverage never stops.
Returning is honestly my number one priority. Be a part of something special.
Stay tuned all off-season to Sactown Sports and SactownSports.com for the latest Kings news.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave from my good friends at Amy's Outdoor Living, now in Sacramento and El Dorado Hills. They're your grilling headquarters with smoking hot deals. Get it? Smoking hot deals on Traeger, Weber, and Big Green Egg barbecues, plus the professional grade Gosney pizza ovens for Father's Day. That's right, for Father's Day, not dads and grads, Father's Day. Save up to $600 on Traeger Timberline models. Save up to $100 on Weber Genesis. Stop in and see all the in-store offers they have. And oh, by the way, free setup and delivery, which is a huge help. Save up to 40% on select in-store patio furniture and umbrellas. Their umbrella shipment just arrived with many colors, sizes, and shapes. It's all at Amy's Outdoor Living, El Camino near Watt, and inside Amy Ace Hardware in the El Dorado Town Center. Just tell them your good buddy Carmichael Dave sent you.
Carmichael Dave.
He has very good sources, and he just kind of tells it as it is and gets to the point.
Jason Ross.
He has a lot of pretty smart things to say.
He's good at what he does.
On Sactown Sports.
Hey, real quick, before we jump into the 10 non-NBA champions, doing some research on the Fishers.
Oh, what you got?
I can't find any detail into this, but several articles in several well-known publications about when Donald Fisher, John Fisher's father, the founder of the Gap,
D-Fish.
was apparently really helped save the Giants from leaving San Francisco.
Isn't that funny?
It is very funny.
Interesting.
Very interesting.
Yeah, do not discount the Giants.
Your Giants. Thanks.
Again, I can't find any detail on it, but again, several articles in his obits just mentioned he was very much a part of keeping the Giants in San Francisco.
And now his son is helping the Giants make even more money. I mean, listen, who's happier about this move than the Giants? Honestly. I would argue
Vegas.
I would argue the Giants are happier than Vegas.
Yeah.
Anyway, there are 10 remaining teams according to, whatever, the stats. 10 remaining teams in the NBA that do not have championships. Those teams, now that Denver is gone, Brooklyn / New Jersey, Charlotte, Indiana, the Clippers, Memphis, Minnesota, New Orleans, Orlando, Phoenix, and Utah. Now, you may notice that Sacramento's not on that list. And this is where I take umbrage. 3 syllables. Umbrage. Because we don't have a title. Can we please petition the league here? Can we please not count? Rochester was 4 moves ago. It's all new owners. They weren't even called the Kings. They were called the Royals. It was 1951. How does that count as we have a title? This team has been here almost 40 years. No title. We should be on. We deserve to be on the big loser list too. And the whole gold bar on the back of the jersey.
You want it removed.
I want it removed. It's not our title. Oklahoma City moved to Oklahoma City. Do they? I mean, honest question. Do they count as having won? Wait, do they? Did I read their name? No. So the Seattle title counts. Right. That's dumb. Anyways.
Well. And the fact that in the last 5 years, we've taken 2 teams off this list, Toronto and now Denver. But we've also had 5 different champions in the last 5 years. I think that's good for the league. When you went through that run of 4 years in a row of Warriors and Cavs, but you've had Toronto, Lakers, Bucks, Warriors, and now Denver. That's good separation. The 80s was owned by the Lakers and the Celtics, and you've had different pockets where the Bulls had, and Spurs and runs like that. But I don't know. This is, I think, exciting to have a lot of different teams that have been winning titles here.
Well, and just Dave, real quick to your point, the Thunder do not wear the gold bar.
Why?
For the Sonics title. They declined it.
Why can't we?
Because we don't want to.
We own it proudly.
I mean, let me ask a legit question. I mean, just because I say it's legit doesn't mean it's legit, right? Yeah. Do you want it?
Yeah.
Okay, but do you want it mainly because I don't?
No, I don't feel like.
But that is a top 5 reason.
No, I don't feel like it's Sacramento's championship.
It's not.
You should.
Why?
It's also not Omaha's or Kansas City's.
What about Cincinnati?
No.
They had the same name, Royals.
So what? It makes.
Okay, can I ask you this question then? Should they hang the Minneapolis Laker championship banners at the Target Center?
No. Yes. Well, no.
Where do those go?
Yeah.
All right. No, but I don't think the Lakers should hang the Minneapolis Lakers.
I understand that, but should the Timberwolves?
Because that's a whole new team. But I will say this.
But you always say it's a city's title.
I will say this. It's more appropriate. Same approach. I would have less of a problem with the Timberwolves hanging the Minneapolis Lakers banners than us hanging a Rochester Royal. It wasn't one in the city. Mm-hmm. It wasn't one by anybody having to do with anything in this organization. Why? It's fake. It's dumb.
Wow.
It's a fake title.
Whoa.
Fake. They won it.
They, not us. They won it.
Then you know what? The Kings shouldn't celebrate the 100 years of the franchise.
They really kind of aren't. Remember, we brought it up last year.
I know,
but
you are a strong proponent of it.
If we're gonna go,
but hey, we're not gonna recognize the title.
I don't want to pick and choose.
Makes total sense.
If we're gonna go, look, I will happily say that we should not celebrate the 100 years if we can get rid of the stupid banner and title. Give it back to let Roger hang it.
Negotiating Jason on air with the
team. I know I'm negotiating with you.
2 years, we do the 40-year anniversary of the Sacramento Kings.
Yes. That the titleless Sacramento Kings.
Not by then, they'll have to.
Well, I hope
so. Yeah, at least.
But it makes, I mean, we're just, by the way, our title drought, longer than Charlotte's, longer than Memphis's, longer than Minnesota's, longer than New Orleans's, longer than Orlando's. At least Phoenix and Utah have been in NBA Finals since we won a title, which was never. Same thing with the Nets.
We've been to 2 conference titles, well, sort of.
The Nets.
What? Conference championships. Does Kansas City in 82 count?
No, it's not us.
But it's Kings. Same jerseys.
At least that's kind of better, I guess. Like the Rochester Royals are not us. Yes, would I like to say we're the longest running franchise in the NBA? Of course I would. It's a fun thing to say. It's true. But I'd be willing to cut it off. And if I'm Vivek, first off, I'm rich. Secondly, I'm shorter. Thirdly, I'm saying, you know what? Kings history started in 1985. That's when it started. No, that's
Sacramento Kings history.
Yes. Not Royals. Not the Seagrams. Not the.
What about the Royal Seagrams?
No, because we're not any ties to Omaha, Kansas City.
Okay, let's do this scenario.
Yeah,
Kings win the title this next year.
Yes,
and then just something awful happens that they have to move the team for some reason in 5 years. What happens? How do you feel? Where does that banner go with the team?
If the Kings,
Dave is so angry when the Louisville Kings are wearing our title.
If we win the finals
somehow in the next year,
we relocate
for some reason
later,
yeah, because that's your Minneapolis scenario.
That banner's hanging at City Hall. It doesn't
at
go
City
with,
Hall.
It didn't, here's the rule.
I was hoping you were at least going to say Memorial Auditorium.
Here's the rule: when you move cities outside of the metro, like if you move from San Francisco to Santa Clara, you're still the Niners.
Okay.
You're still there,
right?
But if you're moving out states, you're done. All the history, you leave that behind.
Yeah,
that it's either dead or the property of the city until they get another team.
So,
New
like
rule.
the Raiders, did they bring their championships to
They
Las
did.
Vegas? Will the A's bring theirs if they're the Las Vegas?
They will.
Are
Because
they going to be the Las Vegas A's?
Yes. And they were the Philadelphia A's. Now, they shouldn't. The Oakland A's the titles are there.
Well, I think the big rule then there, like if you really want to get into the weeds on that one, is if you're moving out of state, you cannot take the team name or anything affiliated with the franchise while it was there. Like you have to change the team name, color scheme.
We'd have a lot
that.
less expansion. Imagine if Mark Davis had to leave the Raiders logos and names behind. He would.
I know, and titles
never moved.
Yeah.
I think I just cured the issue with
it's a bunch of malarkey. I'm sorry I got angry there, but it's
the Las Vegas baseball team.
Yes, the baseball team of Las Vegas. Yeah, go like the Commanders. When we come back, golf's next major begins tomorrow, and oh boy, is the sunscreen and visors going to be flying. There's some funny pairings going on, and Live PGA versus Live. We'll talk about it next.
It's Cattles and Rami.
Because the UFO's not in their driveway, Rami. It's miles away.
I feel like we would have seen it.
I'm saying you don't like the quality of the video that we have.
Because we have clear video of everything that happens everywhere. John Morant is flashing guns, and every time it happens, somehow it's on Instagram. Nobody's got a clear shot of an alien or a UFO of non-human origin.
What are you failing to pick up that I'm putting down?
What are you failing to pick up that I'm putting down here?
It's thousands of miles away, Rami.
Cattles and Rami, weekday afternoons from 2 to 6 on Sactown Sports.
Hey, what's up? We're talking to Chad Hoblet of Hoblet Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Woodland. You know it's Jeep season. I keep hearing about the new Jeep Wrangler 4xE. Chad, do you have any deals this month?
Right now, you can lease a new 2023 Jeep Wrangler Sahara 4xE for only $379 a month for 36 months with $49.95 due at signing. That's a savings of up to $13,500, or you can save up to $92.50 off MSRP, plus get $37.50 in federal tax credits for a total savings of over $13,000.
Whether I lease or buy the new 2023 Jeep Wrangler Sahara 4xE, I can save up to $13,000 or more?
Yeah, and now the only decision is which one you want, because we have a great selection of Wrangler 4xEs with over 50 available.
Find your perfect vehicle now when you search, select, and save at HobletDodge.com.
$13,500 in total net savings after $11,000 factory rebates and $2,500 dealer discount. Rebates include $7,500 federal tax credit, $3,000 carb rebate, and $500 California bonus cash. Must be California resident qualified. 36 monthly term, $49.95 cash due at signing, plus tax, license, and accessories on approved credit through Price or Capital. 25 cents per mile charge of over 10,000 miles per year. $92.50 total net savings after $57.50 factory rebates and $4,000 dealer discount. Plus optional $37.50 tax credit may apply for buyers who meet current federal tax standards only. Subject to change. See your CPA for qualifications. For California residents only, 5H net savings. See dealer for details.
The City of Sacramento offers rebates to help with your outdoor water saving projects this season. Rebates are available for landscape conversions, smart controllers, and irrigation upgrades that improve your water efficiency. Learn more at sacwaterwise.com.
New flooring instantly updates a room. RC Willey has an incredible selection of carpet, hardwood, tile, and laminate. Their experts will help you find the perfect floor for your home and schedule a free in-home measure. Shop RC Willey in Elk Grove or Rockland today.
Kenny and Jerry here from Bell Brothers. Imagine if every time you bought something, you could get a second one for 30% off. Buy one car, get the second one for 30% off.
Buy one TV, get the second one at 30% off. Buy a new house and get the second one at 30% off.
At Bell Brothers, that's exactly what we're offering this spring on windows and doors. When you buy one brand new energy-efficient window for your home, you'll get the second one at 30% off.
A minimum purchase is required, but the discount applies to every second window you buy. For example, if you buy 5 windows, you'll get 5 windows at 30% off.
The same is true for doors. Buy one, get one for 30% off. And for doors, the minimum is just 2.
So call Bell Brothers now at 916-444-1234 or find us online at thenosurpriseguys.com. That's 916-444-1234 or find us online at thenosurpriseguys.com.
The No Surprise Guys, Bell Brothers.
For a business to thrive, there needs to be a constant stream of new customers. This happens through strong lead generation. Did you know that lead generation is one of the most important tools of any marketing campaign? Let us help you identify your target audience and market your products and services to them. To get started today, contact aimyourdigital.com. That's aimyourdigital.com and start seeing results today.
This is Joe Cordell of Cordell & Cordell. Men, you fought hard for the role that you play in your children's lives. This Father's Day, Cordell & Cordell celebrates you the entire month of June. Join us every Friday for our live webinar series, Father's Fridays. There you'll receive much useful information from our panel of speakers. To register, go to CordellCordell.com/Father's Day.
500 Capitol Mall, Suite 2060, Sacramento, California, 95814. CordellCordell.com.
Here at the Almond Joy Factory, where tropical vibes abound, we use soft, fresh-tasting coconut.
The crunchiest almonds and delicious chocolate candy.
Ah, but do you know what our most important ingredient is? Sometimes you feel like a nut.
Sometimes you don't.
Almond Joy's got nuts and something even way better than that. Yes, Almond Joy is made with almonds and joy.
Sactown Sports
Headlines. Good morning with your Sactown Sports headlines. I'm Jay Mars. The Golden Knights of Las Vegas are playing in just their 6th season in the NHL, and last night hoisted Lord Stanley's Cup.
The Golden Knights start to celebrate on their bench. The silver trophy to the Golden Knights.
Speaking of Vegas, the Nevada Senate passed a bill yesterday, SB1, that would fund $380 million towards a stadium in Las Vegas for the Oakland A's. That stadium vote is expected to pass today in the Assembly and then be voted on unanimously by owners during a relocation vote. A's fans, however, were not going down without a fight last night, as nearly 28,000 fans packed the Oakland Coliseum in what was being called a reverse boycott in a 2-1 win over the Rays.
And it's swung on and missed, and the A's have won it on a night of incredible emotion and with the unprecedented nature of the night. The Oakland A's have beaten the Tampa Bay Rays by the final of 2-1.
Coming up later on today, Kenny Thomas joins us at 9 a.m. from the Folsom Lake Honda Hotline. Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop. And if you missed that interview, check it out later today at SactownSports.com. Those are your headlines. Back to the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Carmichael Dave.
He has very good sources, and he just kind of tells it as it is and gets to the point.
Jason Ross.
He has a lot of pretty smart things to say.
He's good at what he does.
On Sactown Sports.
Welcome in. Welcome back. In about an hour, we'll be joined by Whitey and Watkins. Saw Chris in the parking lot, stretching my little legs. Saw him down there. He's in his car. I let him know he can come in.
Nice.
You don't have to wait in the car the whole time,
Yeah,
Chris.
that's good.
So he's back. He has returned from his vacation or whatever he was
One
doing.
day, yeah.
No, one day.
He was up in Portland, he said.
Yeah. The U.S. Open begins tomorrow. This is the first major since the big Live PGA merger.
Yeah.
And some interesting pairings there as well.
Where are you on the U.S. Open in general? Because I think some of the charm, and maybe it's not for others, of like the Masters, is it's the same course, the tradition. The U.S. Open still has its own tradition, but part of that tradition is bouncing around the states and playing in different places.
Yes.
This year it's in Los Angeles. And traditionally, they make the U.S. Open darn near impossible for golfers.
Yeah, so I love the U.S. Open. I love everything about it, and I love how, like, there was a video they were showing yesterday, the ball drop.
Yeah, it just disappears.
You drop it in the first cut of rough, not the second cut, I guess technically, but it disappears in the tall grass.
Yeah,
and they've got to figure it out. What I don't like though is I want it tough. I'm cool with the winning score being +1, whatever. I'm fine with that. But what I don't like is when they just get sadistic. And I've seen this before, and they just make it don't make it unfair.
Yeah.
And I don't have a problem with the rough. You know what? Miss the rough. Maybe that means you take an iron off the tee.
It's like that if are unfair.
When you've got a situation where you have this massive ridge in the middle of the green, like this huge slope, and they like literally put the hole on the down angle of the slope, and it's like if you miss the hole, you're rolling
gone.
off the green type of thing. Like, get out of here. That's just dumb. That's not fun. But if you're really penalizing bad shots and you're rewarding good shots and safe play, I'm all for it.
If you were to play on this course, not wearing or in a conditions that had rough like that, and your ball, like the ball drop, they do show they drop like 3 balls, and they all disappear. You just can't see them.
Yeah.
You golf, I golf. It's truth time here. What do you do there?
If I drop it, if
the ball is there and you somehow find it, are you playing it, or you're like, let me kick that out of here?
Oh, you mean like if we're
just playing on the weekend and we're playing in conditions that have, we're not in the U.S. Open.
I mean, my general thing with golf, though, it's the same thing with like poker. Like, I can't cheat.
Oh, interesting.
I like, not to get morbid, like, I fully believe that if I were to kick the ball out, like, I'll get in a car crash on the way home. Like,
Of course you do.
Of course I do. Like, and it's the same thing. Like, if when we play spades on the weekend, sometimes my wife, she just, and maybe it doesn't. I'm checking the clock. That's right. The kids are at school. It may or may not depend on what the bourbon level is at the time. But sometimes my wife gets a little sloppy with her cards. She'll just kind of lean them forward, and I can see them. Now, I could fully look, but I know if I look, we're losing the game. I maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah.
So the answer is not just because I'm some great person. It's because I'm scared to death of karma. I can't cheat in that situation.
Right.
So I would hack it out. But what I would probably do, honestly, Jason, is I would probably, after the first couple of times when I really try to get it out of there, and obviously depending on if there's water there, I'm probably taking out my wedge and just getting out of prison.
Right.
Yeah. But I thought you were going to ask, what do I think I'd score?
Well,
okay.
How about what do you think you'd score?
All right. It's a par 70.
Okay.
Par 70, 7,400 yard, par 70. Are we playing from the tips?
I guess.
Okay, so we're playing from the tips, U.S. Open style, counting everything. I would say the over-under on my score from the tips at Los Angeles Country Club, where they're about to play, 70. No. I would say my over-under is probably, I'd say 125 and a half. That's what my guess would be, somewhere around 50 over.
Do you think on any of the holes you're putting for par?
Yeah, I do. I think I do.
Because there'll be some holes you were in the fairway.
There's going to be,
and you had a good shot onto the green.
There's going to be a par 3 that I just, but
what was the one par 3 you were saying? 290?
290. I think it's a 291 yard par 3.
Get out of here. Yeah.
291. I mean,
all right, I'm going to lay up about 90 or not 90, like 150 and then hit another one.
I don't even, it's like, what do you even?
I couldn't get there.
No,
I couldn't do it.
Honestly,
I could not get there.
And I'm betting that, I mean, I don't know specifically about the water, what's there, what's not, what the water is, blah, 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 whatever. I don't know. But I think for a 291 yard par 3, I'd have to seriously think about it. And I'm assuming that it's a straight down, there's trees, whatever. I'm probably hitting like a wood, maybe a iron, and just knowing I'm shooting for bogey or double bogey on that.
Just trying to find a good landing spot to be safe because you're not getting to the green. Does that exist? I don't even know the design of the hole.
The par 3s are as follows this weekend: 228, 284, 171.
Okay.
So that's like these fools are taking out their 9s. Right. 290. 15s, 124.
Okay.
I got a shot there.
Yeah.
And that's it. I don't think, Jason, I mean, hole 6 is a 330 yard par 4. I'm guessing there's something hidden there that's not fun. But, oh my God, dude, the par 5s, 590, 537, 507, and 520. Oh my God, excuse me. That's a 507 yard par 4. I missed hole 14. It's a par 5, 623 yard par 5
with rough.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure. So shut up. It's going to be fun to watch. Now, if you win, here's what you get other than the money. You get a U.S. Open exemption for the next 10 years.
Okay.
You get an invitation to the next 5 Masters tournaments, next 5 British Opens, next 5 PGAs, next 5 players. You get exempt status on the PGA for 5 years, And you get custody of the U.S. Open trophy for 1 year, along with the Jack Nicklaus medal and a replica trophy. $17.5 million last year, $3.15 million for the winner last year. I imagine that will be right around $3.5 million to $4 million this year. This will be the first at the LA Country Club. LA is hosting the first U.S. Open in 75 years. It was at Riviera in 48. You remember that one.
Of course.
This will be the 15th time it was played in California, and this will be the first time since 1947 that there will be 5 par 3s.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
That's
usually
what makes it 70. Okay.
Yeah, so interesting. It's in LA.
Yeah, and you got the Live Tour guys with the, you got everybody together here. Best of the best.
You got everybody together. We're going to have it on. I mean, it's
tomorrow.
It is going to be, it's a fun tournament, but boy, I'd be surprised if the winner was anything more than 1, 2, 3 under. That's how they like it.
Yeah.
We'll take a break. When we come back, who's hot, who's not, and could I finally get a hit? Did my guy Cabrian Hayes come through? We'll find out after this.
The 49ers 2023 schedule is out and filled with big matchups.
The 49ers start the season with a Week 1 showdown in Pittsburgh.
At home in Week 5 against the Cowboys on Sunday Night Football.
And a Week 13 NFC Championship game rematch with the Eagles.
Plus, get every 49ers game this season on Sactown Sports. Visit SactownSports.com for the latest team news and a full schedule breakdown.
At Lowe's, we're always bringing pros more ways to save. Right now, buy a DeWalt 20-volt max brushless drill kit for just $99. That's $60 in total savings. Plus, earn up to 3 times the bonus points per dollar when you buy select Eaton multi-packs. Shop in-store or online for deals you can't beat. Because Lowe's knows savings. Lowe's knows pros. Valid 6/1 through 7/5 while supplies last. U.S. only. Bonus points calculated before taxes and fees after applicable discounts, if any. Valid through 6/30. Subject to change.
Wells Fargo gives you access to direct deposit funds up to 2 days early.
Plus, if you look at the X and Y axis.
What if everything came 2 days early? Like the weekend.
Well, that was a pleasant surprise.
You can't get everything early, but when it comes to direct deposits, you can with Wells Fargo.
Visit wellsfargo.com/getearly to learn more. Terms and conditions apply. Not all direct deposits are eligible. Early availability is not guaranteed and may vary between deposits from the same payer. Wells Fargo Bank N.A., member FDIC.
Progressive protects more than just your home and car. You could save when you bundle your motorcycles, ATVs, boats, and RVs. Doesn't that sound good? Like the sound of your boat cruising along the Intercoastal. And there's the sound of the prop hitting a really big rock. And now the sound of waves, because the engine stopped. But you know what does sound good? You're covered with Progressive. So bundle all your vehicles and home in one place and save with the multi-policy discount. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers.
I switched to Boost Mobile and got a free Samsung Galaxy A23 5G phone. Want to know the best part?
It was free?
Nope.
The fact that it's on America's largest 5G networks?
Nope. It's the ding.
Oh, yeah. Love the ding.
Right? It's all about the ding. It's the dingarooski, the dingarone, the ring-a-ding-ding.
Unleash your power to save with Boost. Get a free Samsung Galaxy A23 5G phone when you switch. Boost Mobile. Unleash your power.
And the ding.
Limited time offer. New customers only. Available on select networks. 5G not available everywhere. One device per line. Tax excluded. Additional restrictions apply. See your local Boost Mobile store for details.
Power Business Technology is proud to be 100% independent, locally owned, and managed Toshiba copier dealer. Local ownership cuts out the red tape, allowing ourselves to never be too busy to personally answer the call when our clients need us. Recognized for excellence in service execution, training, and customer service, we're proud to be named a 2022 Toshiba ProMasters Elite Dealer. Contact us today for all of your business printing needs at 844-POWER-BZ. That's 844-769-3729, or visit us at powercopiers.com.
Selling your home can be stressful. Scott Marsh here to tell you about Bridgehaven Homes. They are a local home buying company that offers homeowners an easier way to sell their home. Bridgehaven Homes gives you an all-cash offer for your home, no matter what the condition, within 24 hours. You pick the date you wish to close and sell on your terms. No repairs, no showings, and no realtor commissions. Call 916-299-6040. That's 916-299-6040 or bridgehavenhomes.com.
Folsom Lake Ford has trucks. The F-150s are here. Explorers, Expeditions, and a huge selection of Broncos and Bronco Sports. They're in stock now at Folsom Lake Ford. Shop Folsom Lake Ford, your truck headquarters, right here in Sacramento for your favorite Ford models at good, fair prices. Short on cash? Buy any new Ford with zero down. Save big with low interest finance rates. Plus, Folsom Lake Ford is paying top dollar for all trades. We want your vehicle regardless of mileage or condition. This could be the best time to buy a new Ford. Check out the huge inventory online at folsomlakeford.com or stop by the dealership and see the most recent arrivals. Looking for something special? Give them a call and tell them Doug Christie sent you. Folsom Lake Ford in the Folsom Auto Mall, your trusted dealer, my trusted dealer for over 30 years. FolsomLakeFord.com.
Zero down with approved credit.
What's hot and what's not. Brought to you by American Energy Heat and Air, making the uncomfortable comfortable. Head to AmericanEnergyAir.com to find out more.
What's hot?
Yeah, hot. Real hot. And what's not?
It's not good. Brought to you by American Energy Air and Solar, Sacramento's complete heating and cooling company, and second opinion partner.
Hi, Jason.
Hi, Jay.
You asked me earlier. I told you I'd get an answer for who's hot.
Okay, I'm anxious.
You'll like this one.
Yeah?
Michael Giancarlo Stanton.
Yeah.
He now has 38 career home runs versus the Mets, his most against any opponent and the most by any active player. 24 of them have come at Citi Field, 10 more than any other visitor. Oh, wait, there's more. Now he's homered 4 times in his career off Max Scherzer, tied for the most by any batter.
That's impressive.
That's pretty good.
When that guy's healthy, which is the problem.
Yeah.
With Stanton. He hits, I don't know that anybody hits the ball harder than him consistently.
I completely agree.
Yeah.
He's a damn good player when healthy.
Yeah.
Who's that?
Who is not hot?
Major League Baseball. Oakland A's fans last night at the Coliseum put in 27,759 fans.
Way to
now,
go, A's.
that is their highest attended game of the year.
By far.
Second was opening night when Shohei Ohtani was pitching.
Okay.
A's fans told MLB they'd rather stick it to John Fisher than watch Shohei Ohtani.
That's
Back
a good
to you.
point. That's a really good point. That more people wanted to put it in the face of John Fisher than to go watch Shohei on opening night.
I don't blame them.
Yeah.
I mean, they have every right to.
But that's also an indictment on the sport a little bit, that like the featured player on opening night when the season is anybody's to have, and the excitement, they had less fans than last night.
It's so sad, dude. And it's so sad that we're watching this 30 for 30 unfold in front of our eyes, and it's not a good 30 for 30.
No, it's a really sad one.
And
unless it turns,
which would be an awesome 30 for 30. But do you feel like this is where the Kings were? Does
No.
this feel the same?
No.
This does not feel the same to me.
No.
It really doesn't. This feels like you don't have the infrastructure with the city. You don't have, and you don't have David Stern.
That was the big thing for me. I felt like, well, I mean, it's very well documented. David Stern was working on behalf of the Kings to keep them in Sacramento. I think Rob Manfred's doing the exact opposite.
I gotta say though, when that was like the time that the Seattle part was happening, that's when I first really thought, oh no,
I'm with you.
Like, this is trouble. They have way more money than whoever's here or whoever could be here. There is a desire to get to Seattle. You know, Anaheim, there were problems with Anaheim, with the Clippers, with the Lakers. Just I didn't think it made as much sense. Never did Virginia Beach make any sense to me. But Seattle was like, oh no, this is legit. They have a desire now to move this team. This is trouble. And then it became it flipped.
Rob Manfred's like the anti-David Stern.
Mm-hmm.
He is pushing for this to happen. Now don't listen. Let's not memorialize David Stern without being honest about it too. David Stern also was the guy that said it would take a Herculean effort. David Stern's the guy that said this offer is nowhere near, what it needs to be. David Stern was a guy that said if they don't figure this out, the team's got, like, he was fair about that. It wasn't all hearts and flowers.
But there's the key word. He was fair.
Yeah, and Rob Manfred
has not been
now,
fair.
if he were in this room, I'm sure this is the counter. Okay, but even when they were in the playoffs, the A's were at the bottom in attendance, and they had 10-plus years to get this done, and we did everything we could. And where was this when they had all this free? There was no parallel path. They had all this time to negotiate, and this is like dealing with a child where they don't play with the toy, and then once you say, okay, I'm taking away the toy to give it to charity or something, they go, no, that's my favorite toy. Well, where were you all these years? And there is a side to that has some legitimacy.
Yeah.
It's not like
not much though.
This is
Well, isn't Manfred's role to work for the owners? And if ownership is everything is Vegas, right, then I'm behind that. Whether that's the right thing or not for baseball.
Please
also, and when we talk about the different, you had all these years. How many of those years were spent by this ownership group looking at sites that just were not feasible?
They didn't want to redo the Coliseum, but they had, whether it was.
Yeah, here they are. They talked about all the ancillary development,
right,
and here
and
they
now
are
they're-
going into a situation with zero.
Please understand this is not a full-throated defense of anything going on against the fans. I side with
Is
the
Rob
fans.
Manfred your uncle?
What I'm saying is that I'm just trying to say this is not Sacramento. This isn't the same.
No, it's not.
Now, again, let's be fair to Sacramento. Attendance was bad. Team sucked. They had several opportunities to get an arena done. They had two measures get pounded 80-20. There were definitely marks against Sacramento. But David Stern, what we had going for us more than, honest to God, in the end, the real fun part of the whole equation when it comes to the Kings staying in Sacramento that never gets talked about is, in the end, Seattle saved the team. Seattle deserves as much credit as any
Because
other,
they got the Maloofs to sell?
because they lost their team. Because Seattle went to Oklahoma City. And that set this precedent that haunted David Stern until the day he died. And I firmly believe that had Seattle not moved to Oklahoma City and had David Stern not had to watch all the fallout from that, I think that haunted him. And I don't think he wanted to see another relocation on his watch. Yes, he had one of the NBA's favorite sons in Kevin Johnson being the mayor. Yes, Seattle did get the Maloofs to sell, and that was a huge deal. But that's not Vegas, and that's why this isn't the same. I'll tell you right now, you could flip this whole thing. If John Fisher announced that Bill MGM and Bob Venetian are buying the A's for some crazy record amount, well, now you got a ball game. That's what we had. We had a ball game. And now the A's could turn to Joe Lacob or Larry Ellison or any of the normal.
Say, here's your number.
Here's your number. But that's not the case. Fisher's not selling. There's not a supportive commissioner. There is a history of where they can claim, they can present a plausible defense that no one's going to care about, which is the defense I just tried to present, that, hey, we tried for 10 years and this and this and this and blah, blah, blah. But to Jay's point earlier, wouldn't it be nice if you could then turn around and have somebody come in, expand the A's? But then is it the Oakland A's?
It should be. And I think it would, again, I think you would see similar like what you saw in the NBA with the Hornets, that would return. That happens. That's going to happen in Seattle, obviously, when the Sonics expansion team comes. Yeah, you would see that.
All right. You want to go streaking?
Yeah.
It's time to go streaking. We're going streaking! Yeah! Who is the Nostradamus of MLB? Who can keep the streak going? It's time to go streaking.
What the hell are you doing?
We're streaking. Well, let's see if we're streaking.
Let's see.
Dave, you were sitting at 0. You were trying to get a hit to get started in a streak,
really
right?
Was.
And your Mr. Reliable has been Cabrian Hayes. You're like, that guy, I need somebody to get me a hit. I'm going to Pittsburgh. I need Cabrian Hayes to get me a hit. And you know what? It worked.
Cabrian Hayes.
1 for 4.
2 more, and I'm getting a Hayes jersey.
There you go.
Really?
Yes, I told you.
All right.
If Cabrian Hayes,
I didn't think you remember.
Is your streak starter?
It's my streak starter, and I'm going to use him 2 more times. And if he gets me 2 more hits, I'm getting a Cabrian Willie Mays Hayes jersey.
Well, there you go. You were at 1. Congratulations.
Hey,
yeah,
Cabrian.
Good work.
Love you. You're A-OK, Brian, in my book.
I took Austin Riley from the Atlanta Braves. I was sitting at a 2-game hit streak.
Yes.
And they got washed out. Game was suspended.
Postponed,
I should say.
So that ended it?
No, he didn't play. Yeah. So he gets moved on to today. And J. Mars, he picked on those Oakland A's. And if it's one thing we've learned, you don't pick on the Oakland A's.
Nobody likes to put the A's in a corner.
Yeah, not a reverse boycott night. He went with Randy Arozarena, sitting at a 2-game hit streak. But Randy did not get a hit.
Sorry. It's over. It's over now. It's over.
It's over, ladies and gentlemen. I'd like to make a proclamation.
What would that be?
I will not be picking Randy Arozarena again
Ever.
this season.
Yeah. So, Dave, you heard one of it, too. Jay is at 0. Dave, you lead us off today. How are you going to get to 2? Who are you going with?
You know what I'm going to do? As a way to pay homage and honor people that deserve homage and honor against the toughest team in baseball, I'm picking an Oakland Athletic.
There you go.
And I'm going with the kid, Brent Rooker.
All right.
Give me Brent Rooker.
I like that.
Come through. Hat tip to A's fans. The reverse boycott. I'm doing the reverse streaking.
You're putting clothes on.
That's right. I'm putting on my socks. And I'm not telling you where I'm putting them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can see where you put them.
Hey, now.
Well, I'm still with Riley because that game was suspended or postponed, so I'll leave him right there. J. Mars.
Oh, I got to go to the home team playing the White Sox. Let's go Freddie Freeman.
Fred Freeman.
Yay, Canada.
All right. We got our selections, so we're in.
Okay.
Good luck to everyone. Good luck to one and all.
No.
Good luck to Dave.
Yes. Only good luck to me and only me.
Dave's getting selfish during streaking.
I need it. Kenny Thomas joins us next. We'll be right back after this.
The 123rd U.S. Open Golf Championship takes place at the Los Angeles Country Club, and Sactown Sports has you covered.
The U.S. Open, the tournament that I'd like to win, after having so many good opportunities.
Tune in from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. on Thursday, June 15th and Friday, June 16th for leaderboard updates and analysis.
Sactown Sports coverage of the U.S. Open is brought to you by Naturewood Home Furnishings, where it's all about choices and always about quality.
All new spring deals are here at Lowe's. Start planting your garden this weekend with Bonnie 11.8-ounce vegetables. Buy 4 for $10. Plus, liven up your patios and decks with fresh blooms. Select 1.5-gallon hanging baskets or 2 for $20. Lowe's knows spring. Lowe's knows home improvement. Offers valid through 5/17. In-store only. Actual plant size and selection varies by location. While supplies last, excludes Alaska and Hawaii.
Always find happy people ready to serve you. As a family-owned and operated dealership since 2009, customer service is our #1 priority. Our customers love doing business with us, and you will too. Get an instant cash offer for your trade at FolsomLakeHonda.com. We'll buy your car whether you buy from us or not. Folsom Lake Honda is your one-stop Honda shop.
Folsom Lake Honda, yeah, your one-stop Honda shop.
Only one radio program captures the excitement of hunting and fishing as it happens. The award-winning California Sportsman with Sep Hendrickson. Only California Sportsman takes you where the action is. Live on the water, live in the blind, and live with the top pros and experts in outdoor sports. California Sportsman with Fishing Hall of Famer Sep Hendrickson is your premier destination for all things outdoors. Sep's Saturday Morning Outdoors. Ultimate Bass and California Sportsman, 5 a.m. to 8 a.m. Saturdays on Sactown Sports 1140.
The annual Father's Day sale is on at Work World. For all the dads who show us the meaning of hard work, you keep our families and communities strong. Right now, Work World has unbeatable deals on high-quality work boots and workwear with brands like Wolverine, built for those who outdo and outlast. Wolverine work boots and apparel are the standard of comfort and durability on any job. Find our full selection of Wolverine and more great gifts for hardworking dads at your local Work World store and workworld.com.
What's up? We're talking to Chad Hoblet of Hoblet Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Woodland. It's Ram season, Chad. What's going on at Hoblet?
We have some of the biggest savings of the year on new 2023 Ram 1500 Bighorn Crew Cab 4x4s with over $11,000 off MSRP. Or if you're worried about interest rates going up, save $6,000 off MSRP plus get financing as low as 2.9% for 72 months. And remember, Hoblet is California's #1 Ram truck dealer and has the best selection and deals on HD Rams too.
Hey, that's some pretty great savings, but why drive all the way to Hoblet?
We have no surprise fees, add-ons, or dealer markups, just savings. One of the many reasons we received the Walter P. Chrysler Award for outstanding customer service for 3 years in a row now. Plus, with Hoblet's Peace of Mind guarantee, you can buy with confidence.
Stop by their Hoblet Ram Truck Center for a test drive today, or search, select, and save through the whole inventory at HobletDodge.com. Best prices, best selection, period.
11,000 total net savings after $50.91 factory rebates and 6,000 dealer discounts. $50.91 factory rebates. Chrysler Capital must have 700 plus FICO score to qualify. 1516 per thousand borrowed. 5 at each net savings. Simple VIN 622619.
At aimyourdigital.com, we'll help you find the right customers. Spread awareness of your product or services. We can help build trust in your brand and services with a digital marketing campaign. Increase leads and get more customers. We create tailored digital marketing campaigns that deliver results. Don't wait. Get started today. Contact aimyourdigital.com. That's aimyourdigital.com and start seeing results.
From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios. KHTKAM Sacramento. KYMX HD2 Sacramento. Sacramento's official home for the San Francisco 49ers.
Touchdown! San Francisco!
Sactown Sports.
Sactown Sports.
Headlines.
Good morning with your Sactown Sports headlines. I'm Jay Mars. The Golden Knights of Las Vegas are playing in just their 6th season in the NHL, and last night hoisted Lord Stanley's Cup.
The Golden Knights start to celebrate on their bench. The silver trophy to the Golden Knights.
Speaking of Vegas, the Nevada Senate passed a bill yesterday, SB1, that would fund $380 million towards a stadium in Las Vegas for the Oakland A's. That stadium vote is expected to pass today in the Assembly and then be voted on unanimously by owners during a relocation vote. A's fans, however, were not going down without a fight last night as nearly 28,000 fans packed the Oakland Coliseum in what was being called a reverse boycott in a 2-1 win over the Rays.
And it's swung on and missed, and the A's have won it on a night of incredible emotion and with the unprecedented nature of the night. The Oakland A's have beaten the Tampa Bay Rays by the final of 2-1.
Those are your headlines. Back to the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone, and then boom.
With Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sactown Sports.
Nice note off the text line, 916-339-1140. Thanks, guys, for your A's coverage. I seriously teared up when you guys played the Sell the Team chants after the fifth inning silence. You guys deserve so much more. We appreciate that, but
you know, the fans, they did it.
They did it. And that's part of being live and local. You know, we're going to cover live and local stuff. And
big story.
You know, Oakland, it may not be Sacramento, but a lot of A's fans here. In fact, what did I read? Isn't there like more A's fans in the 916-209, I think, than there is something like that.
I believe that.
You know, look, we don't have any baseball teams. Never had any baseball teams. So we latch on to the closest, the A's and the Giants, and we do that for a reason. So it's an unfortunate situation. It's not over. And oh, by the way, you know, even when this vote does come through, which assumedly, you know, just because they vote for, here's the thing.
Oh, yeah. Snags and loopholes.
That doesn't mean the A's have to take it.
Right.
That doesn't mean that they won't screw it up somehow.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't mean that in 3 months we won't hear that the A's also they thought they were going to get this, and this, and they're not. Now they're seriously exploring other things.
Sure.
And on top of that, then you have the story of where the A's going to play for the next 4 years. That's a big story.
Right.
Are they going to, we've already talked about this. Are they going to try to have Major League Baseball teams go to and play in 100 and God knows what degree weather? Yeah, I don't think so. But we'll get to more of that in a bit. Joining us right now in his car with his seatbelt on, but parked because he's safe and he's sane. Usually the one, the only, the original K9 for the final time this season, which makes me a little bit sad. Kenny Thomas, good morning.
Hey, what's up, fellas? What's up, Jay? How you
Hey.
doing, man? I just shortened your name. My bad, Jason.
Oh, I'm all right with that. You can call me that.
I'm trying to figure out what's up, fellas. What's up, Jay?
That's special love for me.
That is kind of a special shout out for you.
Because he waved. Even though you said the legend, the most amazing person, Dave, I was sad. Yeah. You better be, Dave.
I was, and that's the result I get is fellas.
You're my guy. Both of you, come on, man. Both of you, my guy. But Dave, you know we go way.
I know, Kenny, and you know what? And I'm sure we will fill the void by playing much golf over the week, over the next couple months. You and me, buddy.
I'm down. Let's go. We gotta get Jason out there too. You golf, right, Jason?
Mm-hmm. I do.
Beers on me.
There you go.
Are you back? Are you still in New Mexico? No.
I was just there. I came back just this past Friday. My Ford, this wonderful vehicle that I'm in, Ford up in Santa Fe, where the capital is, hooked me up with the expedition, and I had an appearance that Saturday up at the Ford dealership for a couple of hours, so I had to come back, and I'm getting ready for my next basketball tournament up in Hobbs, New Mexico, hopefully next month.
Nice. Is Nikola Jokic one of the greatest NBA players ever?
That's a no-brainer, Dave. Are you kidding?
Not to a lot of people.
Already.
That's insane. That's insane.
What? Insane that he's not, or insane that he is? I don't know which way you're going here, Kenny.
This man dominated on multiple levels. And I think early in the first couple of games, he was scoring, I think, game 2, but he was putting up, he had more assists right away, right out the bat, and he wasn't even scoring. The way that he is such old school, I mean, you don't see guys backing down guys anymore and taking advantage of mismatches, and he's so patient, and he's such a great passer. He has all the tools, and the way that Denver has put so many different pieces around him to where they all play together. I don't know if you guys are starting to hear this, but I am. Like, they're the new San Antonio. They're boring, but they're very efficient. I think I said that perfect.
Yeah.
You did.
Well,
I thought you did it well.
So if that's like the new benchmark, we all loved, Kenny, what the Kings did this last year, and they kind of got their first taste of it. If you're Monty, West, the front office, are you programming or building your team as the team we're going to have to go through at some point is Denver? Do you craft your team that way, or you just kind of continue to work with what you got and try to make it the best version of that?
I think the Kings they have all the right pieces right now, and they just need like 1 or 2 more pieces. I like the way that they're playing right now. I don't think that the Kings should change their culture to match up to Denver, because the Kings have a lot of different weapons, even at the guard position, that I feel like Denver couldn't match up with them, right? And the principles that Mike Brown is starting to put in when it comes to defense, I feel like they're starting to get it. And then that group is going to stay together, and then I just feel like they're going to gel together more. I feel like the Kings' defense was way more impactful than Denver was. That's just my opinion. But Denver's a high-volume scoring team, I think. And you got to remember the altitude and the elevation in Denver. It's brutal.
When we're talking to Kenny Thomas right now, Scooter on the YouTube chat wants me to ask, and I wanted to ask you anyway, so I'll give him credit here. We were talking earlier, we're always going through teams trying to pick players off of them that could help. What do you think about a guy like Brook Lopez taking over at the 5 and putting Domas back at the 4? You think that would work?
I don't know if you remember me saying this earlier in the year. People thought I was crazy because Domas should be playing the 4. I don't think
I
he should be
agree.
playing the 5. And he's so good with the ball and he commands a lot of attention, but there's a lot of action and movement with Domas in it to where I'm sorry, but he's not a post-up player. He's not. And I think there's some of the things that he needs to work on when it comes to like maybe looking at Joker on how he's so patient in the post and he goes over both shoulders. And sometimes you got to work on those things to get better. And I feel like Domas will get better from that standpoint. But I feel like the Kings need a 5, like a shot blocker, run the floor, play defense, and do all the intangible stuff that's needed.
So is just to follow up on that, is that kind of a lot of Kings fans are thinking the most obvious way to upgrade here to make a maneuver is Harrison Barnes' contract being up, and to replace him at the 3 is maybe the thought they don't have to replace the 3. They could move Keegan to the 3, Domas to the 4, and put a guy like Lopez in at 5. They could get a 4, move Keegan to the 3, and there's some options there. It doesn't have to be a 3 for a 3, right?
I totally agree with you 100% because Domas can play the 5 sometimes. And even that 5-man you bring in, he doesn't even necessarily have to start. They can start with their starters they have right now. But I feel like that presence in the middle when Domas is not there, it's non-existent. The paint needs to be protected more. And I feel like Domas can do so many unique and great things, but that 5-man that can just come in and just run the floor and play defense and shot block. Not that Domas can't rebound, but I think he's a great rebounder. But I want to see him in a lot of more action to where he's not on the hook. Some of the bad people to where he gets in foul trouble. Domas is in foul trouble a lot. And I want to see if that can help eliminate that. But Harrison, obviously it's going to be interesting to see what happens there. But I find it very interesting how everybody's talking about Chris, Keegan's brother. I just don't see it. I don't see it. I think I feel like they would be too stacked because Kevin might be at the 2, but can't Kevin play some 3 as well? I don't see it. But.
So kind of with that said, Kenny, it's a week from tomorrow is the draft. Kings pick 24. They got a couple in the second round. You obviously want guys that can make your roster and maybe make an impact. So you're thinking you're drafting more for need then at that? I mean, how would you do that?
I would draft for need. And I don't think Chris is even going to be there at 24, to be honest.
That's true.
I would be surprised. So I don't even think that's an option unless the Kings trade it. And would it be a good idea for the Kings to actually trade that 24 pick to where they can go out and get a veteran if it's more at the 3, but I think they should go after that 5 spot to help Domas.
Let me go back to Nikola Jokic and ask you a different question now. And I'm putting you on the spot. I really am. This is a tough question, or maybe it's not. Is Nikola Jokic the most unique NBA player in history? And let me just give you my quick prosecution here. He was picked during a Taco Bell commercial in the second round. He really appears, not that he doesn't love the game, but just this is his job. You saw him after the finals, just like, yeah, okay, great, I want to go home. He doesn't look like he's a great athlete, though of course he is.
Yeah.
Is there a comparison to this man?
With him being a European player, like they obviously play with different pace and different speeds, right? I think their culture of basketball is totally different than ours over here. He knows what he does best. He doesn't have to jump over somebody to dunk on them. It's not like you're seeing him jump and dunking so much, right? But he's so crafty around the basket to where he knows where he's at. He always has a feel of like mismatches. And I don't know who I would necessarily compare him to, but he's a very, very impactful player because he does so many different things in so many different ways. You never know what you're going to get. But then at the same time, he can end up with 40 and you're like, okay, well, that's kind of normal. But the way he does it, it doesn't seem like he's impacting the game at a real noticeable volume unless he's just going after and getting it, right? but he's a guy that he knows what he does. Like he's very crafty around the basket. And when it comes to emotion, people thought the same thing about me when I was on the bench. Like people didn't think like I like basketball, and I'm out there doing my job. It is not his job to be emotional if that's just not his personality. And I don't think that is his personality. And they talked about him not even showing anything with his life. He's private. He chooses that way. I think we just saw a picture of his wife just recently because there was a photo, right?
Mhm.
But some people don't want that out there.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you this as we sign off, buddy. I was going through last week. I was going through some old basketball cards of mine with my son, and out came a Kenny Thomas Philadelphia 76ers card.
I got you.
And it's funny because I'm talking to him, and he goes, "You know him, right?" And I had this weird day flashback of when I had those cards, and you were some basketball player playing for Philadelphia. You know what I'm saying? And I think I might have had you on my fantasy team once or twice. And now here we are, all having conversations, and you and I, Jason, are sitting here every week getting to talk to Kenneth Cornelius Thomas.
Oh my God, he busts out the whole name.
Hey, I mean, come
Special show.
Come on, it's a special
Man.
show. So we appreciate your time each and every week, and we love you to death.
Man, Jason, Dave, Jay, man, I appreciate you guys, everybody over there. Thank you so much for the opportunity. I'm looking forward to coming back next year. Hopefully we can keep this going. I enjoyed being on here with you. Nothing, Dave. You cut that out. Don't make me reach through this phone, man.
You're in New Mexico. I can talk garbage.
Hey, I know where you live. I'll find out. It's nice to actually still be remembered, man, because there's people here. I just had my big tournament, and there was kids and parents that wanted me to sign cards like that. And tell your boy, your ginger, I got him.
Yeah.
I saw him this year. I remember that. He didn't want
do.
to take a picture with me, but the wife was like, "Yeah, go over there and take a picture."
He's shy. Hey, you know what? It's not his job to show emotions. Maybe he just wants to keep stuff private, Kenny. You ever think of that?
Which is totally fine, and that's why I'm bringing it up, because I'm showing emotion right now. This whole TV thing with NBC got me very emotional, man. I can actually speak my mind, which is actually refreshing.
Yes.
But man, I appreciate you guys over there, and it's been a blast, and I'm always here, and let me know what's up.
Okay, man. Have fun out there. Safe travels back here. Hit us up when you get home.
Thanks. Appreciate you guys. You guys have a good one.
You too. All right, take care. That is Kenny Thomas. We are way late for a break. We'll be right back with today's NBA draft profile pick. We look at Leonard Miller. It's not even a commercial break. Jason's just going to share a story real quick about his friends at ACR Solar, and we're right back after that.
Sactown Sports is Sacramento's new home for the San Francisco 49ers.
It feels awesome. We deserve this. Let's go, Niners!
Purdy
Gonna throw, and it is Kittle in the back of the end zone.
Samuel.
Debo 10. Debo touchdown!
And McCaffrey.
Touchdown! CMC!
They all live here on Sactown Sports.
Your official home for 49ers football.
That's right. I am going to share a story about my friends at ACR Solar and Home Services. ACRsolar.com is the website you need to check out and find out the different things they can provide for you regarding your home. For us, we needed a brand new roof, and we did the typical thing that when you need something at your home, you should get 3 different estimates. We did that. We met with a couple of the roofing companies, and there's plenty of good roofing companies around town, but you want to have the right connection, the right feel, certainly the right price, the result, the respect, all the stuff that we were looking for. And so certainly price point's important. Who's going to be doing the job? How are they going to do the job? What are their time commitments? When can they get it done? And what are the deliverables? What does the house and the roof look like at the end? So they checked all the boxes, and we were so thrilled and happy that we did it. And most important, when you take on a project like that, is you want to feel good about it at the end. Well, the result looks beautiful. We have better curb appeal, but it's the peace of mind we now have that we know we're stress-free in any kind of weather element regarding our roof and our home. So ACR Solar has been fantastic. Certainly they do solar if that's an area you're looking for, whether it's pool solar, home solar, but roofing and other home services. Check out all the different things they provide at acrsolar.com.
They bleed black and purple. It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on your local sports leader, Sactown Sports.
Welcome back. The draft is in how many days here now?
8. Next Thursday.
Next Thursday. Wow. Here we go. Our thanks, by the way, to Kenny Thomas for joining us. As we do our best to make memes for Twitter. Leonard Miller. I call him Len.
Len? Oh, close personal friend Len Miller.
Alex Leonard Miller is his full name, perhaps. He is 6'9", nice, 210 pounds.
Lean.
You know what I don't like? I don't like when I'm reading profiles and the person is significantly taller than me, yet weighs less.
And a lot younger.
And a lot younger, too. He is 19 years old, G League Ignite last year. Obviously, he is long. He's very, very athletic.
Yeah.
And a huge wingspan. Good, according to the notes, multi-position defender. Good rebounder. This would be a very nice need pick.
Yeah, I think so. Kind of that's, defensive player, right? Just already hit some notes that the Kings, I think, could use.
Yes.
They're a very strong offensive team, number 1 offense in the league last year. I thought their defense was a lot. Didn't you feel their defense was a lot better in the playoffs?
I 100% did, yes.
Yeah, so it showed you they can do it. I think that's also a danger point now and a reference point for Coach Brown and the staff coming back going, look, a lot of you guys will be back here. I saw what you did.
Yeah.
You did ramp it up, and that's great. And I think De'Aaron Fox even made this point in the postseason that I thought was good. He's like, we know we were better defensively in the postseason, but maybe if we played that level in the regular season and then found even another gear in the postseason, how dangerous would they have been? So I think last year was a lot of learning about what it takes to get there and then what it takes at that level. And you hope all those experiences pay off.
Last thing any of us should do is advise Mike Brown on how to coach. He obviously knows what he's doing, but I would miss my guess if I didn't think that at some point when they get back, if he hasn't done it already, by the way, because I'll also bet that there have been offseason conversations. But I sure hope part of the conversation is, guys, you saw that you could play defense last year at elite level of defense against elite team. If you want to win a championship, and by the way, being able to show film with a Nugget, like this could be you. Denver could be you. But this is what you're going to have to do on a nightly basis. I'll say it right now, Jason, and it's not possible. I mean, it's tough to keep that kind of effort every night. But if on most nights they put forth the defensive consistency and effort that they did against the Warriors in the playoffs, they're a 50-win team in their sleep. In their sleep.
Yeah, because they competed too hard, and that end of the floor gives you a chance to win every night. I mean, a chance. Now, that could be a night where you shoot 30%. Shots didn't fall, but did your defense keep you in the game?
Here's we try to do this every day. Here's a quick little hitter with Leonard Miller on how he was prepared for the NBA and the G League.
I feel like what I've done with Ignite can transcend modern basketball because on the court I can pass, dribble, and shoot, and I feel like that's what you need to do. You gotta be able to knock down threes out of a shot, and then just fit with a group of guys. And I just do that because I'm just a hooper. I just go out there and I have a good feel for the game, and also I can defend. So my versatility on defense and my length and everything also helps with the game right now.
I think the other part, like some of what are the perceived negatives, again, you got to let these guys play, see how they fit. I don't think his shooting efficiency was as good as he would have liked or probably pro teams like, but I think his free throws were okay. So maybe you could see how he can improve as a free throw, as a shooter efficiently wise. And, are those shots open? And a lot of times we had those stats for the Kings in the postseason when we were trying to figure out why is Herter and Monk and Murray, like all these guys missing all these threes. They had the most wide open threes. So if you can shoot and you're wide open, you like the odds longer term.
And if you're looking for, outside of things that can't change, we generally don't like height, weight. But if you're looking for things that you might be able to live with that are negatives, isn't one of them like shooting form? Like generally you see people, you can improve.
I would agree.
Ben Simmons is aside. You you can improve that shooting form and take it to the next level, because you're not just playing against the most elite competition in the world. You're also being coached by the most elite coaches in the world. So if we're dealing with a 19-year-old kid who has all the tangible assets, the height, the wingspan, the whole thing, the age going for him, young, not a project necessarily, just somebody who needs to be built up and get NBA weight on him, that's something I'm willing to overlook, especially if his instincts are defense.
Yeah, I think the good example of that recently for Kings fans too was Tyrese Halliburton. One of the knocks on him at the time was a little bit of a slower shot and an odder looking shot. Doesn't mean it's not effective. And then when he got here, it's like, look, he can get to a spot or take enough time because he's creative with his dribble or his movement to be open, and he found a way to craft that. So yeah, if a guy isn't the best of shooters, that's something they constantly work on. That usually gets better from these guys.
And with the Kings, they finally have the ability to take their time a little bit. Now, you look, they're not a championship team now, and they would like to have somebody come in and contribute, but come on.
Yeah, but the guys we looked at in the draft profiles the last couple of days were older. I mean, here's Miller, who's 19. So, I mean, this would be a little bit, not a project, it's not what I'm saying, but you maybe need a little more time to season as opposed to these guys that they've been drafting lately that have seemed more NBA ready.
By the way, correct me if I'm wrong, college three-point line, that's shorter than the NBA, right? I thought so. Yeah, okay. Because here's something interesting. Keegan Murray at Iowa last year averaged just under 2 3-pointers made per game, 4.7 attempts. Obviously, it's a shorter game by 8 minutes. Shot 39.8%. He goes to the NBA against elite competition, elite defenses, and a 3-point circle that's further away shoots 41.1.
Yeah.
You see it happen.
Right.
You see it happen all the time. We'll take a break. When we return, as we get into the final half hour, down the stretch we come. What to watch tonight? We got some fun for you as well. And then celebrity birthdays, a little crosstalk with Whitey and Watkins and more. Don't go away. Final half hour of the program next.
Check out the Golf to Go Hour with Frank LaRosa every week on Sactown Sports. Get the latest on equipment, area courses, people who play the great game, and plenty of good conversations about golf. It's the Golf to Go Hour every week with Frank LaRosa on Sactown Sports. Golf to Go is brought to you by the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop, America's most awarded golf facility. Naturewood Home Furnishings, where it's all about choices and always about quality.
Progressive protects more than just your home and car. You could save when you bundle your motorcycles, ATVs, boats, and RVs. Doesn't that sound good? Like the sound of your boat cruising along the intercoastal. And there's the sound of the prop hitting a really big rock. And now the sound of waves, because the engine stopped. But you know what does sound good? You're covered with Progressive. So bundle all your vehicles and home in one place and save with the multi-policy discount. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers.
I switched to Boost Mobile and got a free Samsung Galaxy A23 5G phone. Want to know the best part?
It was free?
Nope.
The fact that it's on America's largest 5G networks?
Nope. It's the ding.
Oh yeah, love the ding.
Right? It's all about the ding. It's the dingarooski, the dingaroner, the ring-a-ding-ding.
Unleash your power to save with Boost. Get a free Samsung Galaxy A23 5G phone when you switch. Boost Mobile. Unleash your power.
And the ding.
Limited time offer. New customers only. Available on select networks. 5G not available everywhere. One device per line. Tax excluded. Additional restrictions apply. See your local Boost Mobile store for details.
Carmichael Dave here. Spring here. Long, cold, rainy winter behind us. And I know you're counting the days until summer, but don't wait until it's hot to make sure your air conditioning is working efficiently and safely. Get ahead of the problem with a $49 AC tune-up from my friends at American Energy Heat and Air. Nothing worse than having your AC go out when it's hot outside. Get a tune-up today to make sure you and your family are comfortable and cool in your home for the hot summer months that are right around the corner. Give them a call at 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990, or schedule your appointment online like I did last year around this time at AmericanEnergyAir.com. Don't wait till that AC goes out. Call my friends today, 916-520-9990 or AmericanEnergyAir.com.
Call 916-520-9990 now.
At Ashton & Price, we get injury victims to yes. Experience, yes. Ashton & Price has been around for over 25 years. No more insurance companies? Yes. Our clients focus on getting better, and we handle all the rest. Results? Yes. We've collected over $100 million for injury victims. No fee until we win? Yes. Our clients pay nothing until we win. Ashton and Price, the best at getting to yes. Remember, for the best advice, don't think twice. Call Ashton and Price.
Sacramento Kings basketball is back this summer. Catch 6 games of NBA action and fun for the whole family when the California Classic Summer League returns on July 3rd and 5th. The Kings will host the Golden State Warriors, Los Angeles Lakers, Miami Heat, and newly added San Antonio Spurs and Charlotte Hornets with the number 1 and number 2 NBA draft picks. 2-day passes start at just $42 and include access to all 6 games. Visit kings.com/California Classic for more information and to buy your tickets today.
Power Business Technology is proud to be 100% independent, locally owned, and managed Toshiba copier dealer. Local ownership cuts out the red tape, allowing ourselves to never be too busy to personally answer the call when our clients need us. Recognized for excellence in service execution, training, and customer service, we're proud to be named a 2022 Toshiba ProMasters Elite Dealer. Contact us today for all of your business printing needs at 844-POWER-BZ. That's 844-769-3729, or visit us at powercopiers.com.
Wells Fargo lets you know where you stand with your FICO credit score. What if you knew where you stood with everything? Like your kids' friends.
Hey, boys. How do cows stay informed?
Dad, don't.
They read the Moo paper.
Mr. Otis, you're the funniest. It's good to know where you stand. And when it comes to your FICO credit score, you can with a Wells Fargo account.
Visit wellsfargo.com/getfico to learn more. Terms and conditions apply. FICO is a registered trademark of Fair Isaac Corporation in the United States and other countries. Wells Fargo Bank N.A. member FDIC.
Oh, he's back.
Who's back?
The clown.
The naked one?
Yes, Giggles. He just drove on the lot in a new Kia.
What, does he want to trade it in?
No, he wants to show it off.
Isn't he showing off enough? Oh, here he comes.
See what Elk Grove Kia did for me? That's service. That's why they got my business, not you.
I think we've already seen too much of your business. Thank you.
Elk Grove Kia. Great service for everyone.
Elk Grove Kia has never made it easier for you to show it off. Like the hottest all-electric EV in the market, the luxurious EV6. Save big with lease specials of $10,000 below MSRP. Not just one or two, but every EV6 in stock. Don't worry about credit. No credit, bad credit, charge-offs, repos. Don't worry. Our team has over 100 years of experience. Others say no. Elk Grove Kia says yes. Get your EV6 today at Elk Grove Kia in the Elk Grove Auto Mall or elkgrovekia.com and show it off today.
Elk Grove Kia.
Sactown Sports
Headlines. Good morning with your Sactown Sports headlines. I'm Jay Mars. The Golden Knights of Las Vegas are playing in just their 6th season in the NHL, and last night hoisted Lord Stanley's Cup.
The Golden Knights start to celebrate on their bench. The silver trophy to the Golden Knights.
Speaking of Vegas, the Nevada Senate passed a bill yesterday, SB1, that would fund $380 million towards a stadium in Las Vegas for the Oakland A's. That stadium vote is expected to pass today in the Assembly and then be voted on unanimously by owners during a relocation vote. A's fans, however, were not going down without a fight last night as nearly 28,000 fans packed the Oakland Coliseum in what was being called a reverse boycott in a 2-1 win over the Rays.
And it's swung on and missed, and the A's have won it on a night of incredible emotion and with the unprecedented nature of the night. The Oakland A's have beaten the Tampa Bay Rays by the final of 2-1.
Those are your headlines. Back to the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
On Sactown Sports.
1-800-920-1140 is always. We welcome in Mitch. Good morning, Mitch.
Well, it's actually good afternoon, but just to mention, how we doing?
Good. Well, we're on the West Coast, Mitch.
I guess you're lucky.
Yeah.
I guess I envy you. I envy you.
You should.
Except for all the issues they're having there, but it's still more good than bad. But I was loving what you were talking about with the names.
Yes.
I mean, you're right. It's Rochester. And you can see where they get the Kings from KC. It's like your first and your last has to start with the same letter. And then the Kings will get the championship very soon, surely. But I know there's no Lakers in Los Angeles that I can know of, many of a natural kind, maybe man-made, but they should have changed that name. it's like the Colts keep the names, but not the Washington Senators. The Browns, they went out of their way to keep the team for Cleveland, but they're still keeping Seattle in the dark. And when's Vegas? I'm glad they're getting the baseball team, but when they're going to get a basketball team? I know I've given you a lot. Thanks for I don't throw that hard. But anyway, thanks for taking my call.
Thank you. That's Mitch, everybody.
Is he in the future?
I love Mitch, and I love that he calls, and I always give him a spot. I'm not going to lie. I feel like we need subtitles sometimes. I got about 30% of that.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't, and I come from a family of New Yorkers, but that is a heavy, heavy accent, bro. Job, Mitch.
Go, Mitch.
Always gives us something to jump off of. Too.
Yes, clearly.
What to watch tonight? I feel like the segment at some point needs bed, but that's fine. I was thinking about this last night. Giants Cardinals day baseball. The Giants.
Yeah, that's coming up.
Yeah, they're looking to win. Would that be a series sweep? I don't know. I know they've won the first two there. And St. Louis not doing well.
That's been a little surprise this year.
I feel like this got to be a 4-gamer. Let's see. Tomorrow, no, this would be a series sweep. The Giants are off tomorrow before they begin their weekend set. So yeah, Giants, Cardinals, Desclafani going against Montgomery. That's at 10:15 in the morning, right when we get off the air. I'm driving straight home and turning on a ball game.
There you go. Day baseball, the way it's supposed to be.
Love it. I'm going to keep score.
Are you?
Eat some peanuts.
When's the last time you kept score of a baseball game?
I know exactly the last time I kept score. It was at the River Cats game about 4 years ago, and I was with my son.
Mm-hmm.
And I was teaching him how to keep.
Do you
score.
keep a clean book?
I do not.
Okay,
it's very
sloppy.
It's very sloppy.
Yeah,
I'm not going to lie, but I think keeping score is a really fun way to stay in the game. Gives you something to do.
Yeah,
there's no real need to do it.
Would you bring your scorebook or your glove? You're bringing one.
If I had to bring one, I'd bring my glove. Okay. Depending on where I was sitting, though. If I was sitting behind, if I knew I was sitting in a place that was behind a net and there was no need for a glove, then I'd bring.
What about a pop-up? Trust your hands?
I can catch a pop-up.
Okay.
I got mitts. I got my own mitts right here, pal. So, Giants Cardinals day baseball. The A's are going for 8 in a row. 8 in a row. Do you think at this point, if they win today, should they stop it at some point? Do they have a meeting after the game if they win today? And does Mark Kotsay say to the team, guys, 8 is enough? Medina versus Glasnow in this one. Glasnow with a 2.87 ERA on the night, and U.S. Open golf begins tomorrow. Fellas.
I'm looking forward to that as well.
Are you?
Yeah.
Are you looking forward?
I like the U.S. Open. I like the golf majors.
I would like to. I need to get. Oh, Jay's putting on the cans here. Go ahead. Oh, he's just trying to hear. Okay, I thought he had something to say. We do need to get.
I might if you get another dad joke in like that.
We need to go. I need to get the engineers to come up here. I actually have had the little Amazon Fire Stick in my backpack for a while now, and I want to put so we can watch ESPN Plus and get all day. We can't ever get the beginning coverage of the U.S. Open when we're on the air. Wouldn't it be nice to watch live golf?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
tomorrow on Friday.
We all love Ellie De La Cruz.
Yes,
the big prospect for the Reds. There's a story with him. He may have to pay millions of his career earnings to an investment firm, and he's not the only one. Over 500, this is a story that's gaining some steam. Over 500 professional athletes have signed these deals. And Fernando Tatis Jr., for example, owes $27 million. Here's how it works. The company is called Big League Advantage, BLA. It was founded in 2016 by former minor league player Michael Schwimmer. No relation. And their business model is simple. Jason, you are a new up and coming prospect. Maybe you don't have a lot of money on your hands, and Lord knows the minor leagues don't pay a ton of money. I'm BLA. I'm going to offer you a nice cash payment right now in exchange for a percentage of your future earnings. Now I'm taking a risk because if you wash out in AAA, you don't owe me the money, but if you make the major leagues, I get a piece. 40 employees. They use predictive analytics to find inefficiencies in the market when they believe somebody's better than the rankings suggest. And that's when they invest. They raised $26 million for their first fund. It was invested across 77 different players between 2016 and 17. Typical deal might look like this. I'm going to write you a check for $350,000 cash right now. You're 17, 18, 19 years old. You're giving me 8% of your future earnings.
Ooh, wow.
It's not a loan. Player never makes it to the majors. They owe nothing. And 80% so far of these investments have not made the major leagues. They're focused on landing the big fish. Fernando Tatis in 2017, he agreed to pay back 8% of his future earnings. So that's at least $1 million. He spent the money on a personal trainer, better food, and a better apartment. But when he signed a $340 million a year with the Padres, just 4 years later, BLA's 8% cut meant he had to pay $27.2 million back over the life of the deal. That one deal alone paid off the entire fund. Everything now invested is gravy. Needless to say, it's a good idea. Some eyes are starting to focus on these a little bit. When you're a 16, 17-year-old kid drafted out of poverty in Puerto Rico, let's say, and you're coming to the United States and you don't know what the hell's going on, and you're not making anything, and somebody comes up to you with basically a suitcase full of cash, that might be a little unethical.
I sign it, agree to it, and then change my name.
Yeah? Raising Joss?
Yeah, so then when I'm in the majors, you do not get 8% of that.
And that, my friend, is why you make the big bucks. We'll take a break. When we come back, Celebrity Birthdays brought to you by Crumble Cookies. I believe we're going to have a visit from Celebrity Birthdays from Crumble Cookies tomorrow. Yeah, that's right. Don't all be coming upstairs either, by the way.
Leave them up here.
Leave them up here. Put them in your fridge.
Yeah.
Put them in your fridge,
Yeah,
says Joe.
Thursday and Friday.
We'll do some crosstalk with Whitey Watkins next.
It was an amazing season for the Sacramento Kings. The Coach of the Year.
These honors don't come around often, and so you're very appreciative of them.
The Clutch Player of the Year.
Fox rocks. He fires for the win. He's got the triple.
And a return to the playoffs for the first time in 17 years.
16 seasons of frustration. Sacramento has clinched the playoffs.
Keep it on Sactown Sports at SactownSports.com for all your Kings off-season news.
Pain is not normal. Repeat, pain is not normal. Greetings, Sacramento. Doug Christie here with the Good Feet Store. Does this sound familiar? It's the end of the workday, and the pain in your feet, knees, hips, or back is unrelenting. Good Feet understands that you've likely already tried assorted remedies and solutions with no relief. And now you're pretty much resigned to living with the pain. But do not give in to the pain. Instead, come to the Good Feet store for their end-to-end 3-step arch support system. Good Feet is the nation's largest manufacturer and retailer of personalized arch supports. With arch supports in over 300 sizes, styles, and flexibilities, and an arch support specialist in each store. Come in today for a free, no-obligation arch support fitting, then take them for a test walk around the store or around the center. Experience the comfort, balance, and support possible with the Good Feet system. The Good Feet store in Sacramento, Roseville, Stockton, Modesto, and now in Vacaville. Online at goodfeet.com.
At Fisher Investments, we do things differently, and other money managers don't understand why.
Because our way works great for us.
But it may not work for your clients. That's why Fisher Investments is a fiduciary, obligated to put clients first. It's the highest standard for a financial advisor.
So what do you provide? Cookie cutter portfolios like the rest of us?
No cookie cutter portfolios here. Fisher Investments tailors portfolios to meet each client's goals and needs.
But you do sell investments that earn you high commissions, right? And make commissions when you make trades for your clients?
No, Fisher Investments doesn't sell any commission investment products, and we never earn commissions on trades.
So what's in it for you?
Fisher Investments fees are structured so we do better when our clients do better. When it comes to helping clients achieve a comfortable retirement, we're clearly different. Visit FisherInvestments.com to find out why investors like you switch to us. Fisher Investments, clearly different money management.
Investments in securities involve the risk of loss.
Greetings from M&S Auto on El Camino, just off the Cap City Freeway. And a big thanks to our repeat customers for letting us be your favorite car dealer. Repeat customers make us proud. M&S customers know that they're going to find the car, 4x4, or SUV they want. They'll get treated like family and save thousands. Whether you're a repeat customer or a first-time buyer, welcome. M&S Auto, the intelligent car buying experience. MSAutogroup.com.
Selling your home can be stressful. Scott Marsh here to tell you about Bridgehaven Homes.
They are a local home buying company that offers homeowners an easier way to sell their home. Let Shane and his team at bridgehavenhomes.com take that stress away. Bridgehaven Homes gives you an all-cash offer for your home, no matter what the condition, within 24 hours. You pick the date you wish to close and sell on your terms. No repairs, no showings, and no realtor commissions. Call 916-299-6040 or bridgehavenhomes.com.
I remember as if it were yesterday. I reached down to move a nightstand and was astonished at the weight of the piece. Hi, this is Frank LaRosa with a word about Naturewood Home Furnishings. At that moment, I instantly recognized the difference between Naturewood's quality furniture that will last a lifetime versus lesser quality furniture found elsewhere. Now, I suppose there's a huge difference in what you'd put in your first apartment and what you would live with in the comfort of your own home. Right now, Naturewood Home Furnishings Made in USA sale is a great time to fill your home with solid, superior quality furniture to reflect your own love for life. With brands like Sam Moore, Stanton, Stickley, Hilltop Hickory, Simply Amish, and many more, Naturewood Home Furnishings has tables, chairs, couches, and yes, nightstands, and more at their Made in USA sale. Find furniture that will be with you forever. Naturewood Home Furnishings off Highway 50 at Hazel. Look for the water wheel.
It's time for the news of the day.
The latest headlines, the biggest stories, hard-hitting analysis.
Yeah, this is none of those things.
And now,
here's Carmichael Dave and Jason Ross.
Hey! We welcome in Chris Watkins, Whitey Gleason for Crosstalk, brought to you by no one as of yet. I mean, we got crumble cookies for celebrity birthdays, but if you want to sponsor this segment.
How about Uncle Milt's cheese beer?
Love it. Hey, thank you for reminding me. I have a
No, there's no connection.
No. I have a beer bottle at home. I keep forgetting to bring to you. Remember when we did the beers?
Yeah,
I have one. I have yours.
Oh, okay.
I have a complete set. But
when you guys made the beers?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Okay.
Cool.
Yeah.
Just like the cheese beer.
Did you ever try your beer?
I no longer have it. I didn't keep it.
No, but I'm saying like back when we did that.
I think so.
I feel like we tried it and then they bottled it and I never opened them because you don't know what that's going to be worth on eBay someday.
Right.
Did you have a Photoshop label too?
Yeah,
or was
I
it
think
just
so.
me with the muscular guy from Bloodsport? No, you don't. That was way too long. That was a different lifetime, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And you're back after
I'm
flying
back.
in.
Yeah. Thank you. That was cool right there.
Where can you disclose where you were?
I was in Portland.
Portland,
Oregon. Yeah, Rip City.
That's a weird place.
It is. It's a little strange.
Was it because you missed you didn't come with Frankie and us up there? You want to make up for
Exactly.
it?
Yeah, I was trying to get the vibe.
Let me ask you: if you had come up there and I had an extra second row seat and I offered it to you, would you have declined it and gone into the media like Frankie did, or would you sat?
I probably wouldn't have been as good of a person as Frankie. Yeah, I probably would have accepted it.
Frankie did the right thing.
He did the right thing. I will say
I
he did the right thing.
I went and got a pair of seats.
Yeah.
One, they're down right behind the King's bench for the clinching game. Hey, Frankie, it's your
Frankie
first.
would have been all over the TV.
Yeah, he would have been all over it. No, I don't think that would have been a good thing for him.
I'd been blowing my nose in his sleeve the whole time as I was crying. Right there behind the bench. Hey, Frankie, it's your first big trip.
Yeah.
You'll want to do something nice, like why do you not do for me when I was his age?
Right.
And he said,
Next time we'll go. I got you.
I don't want to sit next to you.
Oh, okay.
Whatever it was. All right. Would you have sat next to me, Whitey? No. Yeah, see. Today's National Strawberry Shortcake Day.
How about that? All right. Snuck up on me this year. Don't even have the decorations up.
I feel like strawberry shortcake for me personally trash. Not a big fan.
That's wrong.
Not a big fan. No,
good.
You are.
Strawberries are great.
It's
Shortcake's
fruit.
good.
It's fruit. It's
Put
not
some Cool Whip
dessert.
on it.
It's
NBA player equivalent of strawberry shortcake.
That would be Aaron Gordon.
Aaron Gordon. Yeah, Kevin Herter rejected that nickname a while ago. He was not a fan of that. National Pop Goes the Weasel Day. I'm not a fan. Remember in Elf when Will Ferrell was in? That's how I was with my. I did not like those because you never really.
It's different than Jack in a Box.
Yeah, isn't that the same thing?
Yeah, pretty
Jack
much.
in the
Same
Box
concept.
and Pop Goes the Weasel is the same thing.
I don't think Jack in the Box has the accompanying song, does it?
No.
You just do
that's a good
that's
point.
even scarier.
Well, Pop Goes the Weasel doesn't have 2 tacos for 99 cents.
Ooh,
Great
very
point.
true.
Or the munchie
Or a
meal.
munchie meal.
Yeah.
Today is National Flag Day.
Okay.
Honor the flag.
That's right.
Any flag.
International Bath Day.
Good bath.
Last time you took a bath, and spas and pools don't count.
Not that long ago.
Really?
Yeah. I mean,
was there a purpose to it, or like just to? No. What I mean is
Just
like
vibes.
some people might have a rash, or a kidney stone or something.
Yeah.
They take a bath.
that's what it was.
That's
When
what
I
it was. Okay.
I literally was
I say
bathing to.
that does not count. That is a
Well,
bath
that
for
does
us.
count.
No, it doesn't. That's a medical bath. Whitey, you
What?
strike me as a bath guy.
No, not
Rubber
really.
ducky,
No.
little
Toy cars.
toys.
Used to, but I got a hot tub, and so that's
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
We get it. Yeah, you're rich.
Don't
Honestly,
you have a hot tub?
let's relax. I
And
got
a
it. I got it
pool.
secondhand.
Those aren't bubbles.
The I
7
feel,
TVs in the
I
backyard.
feel like baths are gross.
Okay.
Right?
I hear you, but just don't think about it.
You're just sitting
Just don't
in
think
your
about
own
it. Just don't
dirty
think about
water.
Soap.
Just don't think about it. It's fine.
All right, National Cucumber Day. You can only do it with one for the rest of your life: a cucumber or a pickle. You can't have
Oh,
both.
cucumber.
Cucumber,
Pickle.
Pickle.
Is ending it all an option?
No,
What? The
Pickle.
pickle? Really? I'm the only one that picked the cucumber.
I
over the
think
pickle.
you are.
Yeah, you're a
Pickle.
serial
There's
killer.
like minimal flavor there.
Yeah,
What's-
it's just
I mean, like you can just nom on it.
I
Yes, but-
enjoy a cucumber with salt and pepper. I
Yeah.
do. I'm not
I
gonna-
take
Thai.
pickles off my burgers.
Wow.
Yeah.
But
Hold
what?
the pickles.
What do you do with them?
Throw them at the cucumber.
Yeah.
Sweet and dill. You hate, but you don't like both, or
Pickles
yeah.
suck.
No,
No.
sweet
They
pickles.
suck.
Sweet pickles
See?
belong.
He gone.
Sweet pickles are the Miracle Whip of I don't have a third, but they're both just
It's coleslaw.
get out
Yeah.
of my face. Sweet
Throw it in the
pickle.
garbage. That's where it
National
belongs.
Bourbon Day. I'm sure my wife will
Hey, now.
celebrate that one tonight. And
Wow.
let's just be honest. And World.
It's not easy getting through life with him.
Thanks,
Yeah.
exactly. And Blood Donor Day.
Yeah.
You donate
I
blood
do all the time.
You do.
Yeah.
Yeah. I give it the good blood.
Good blood donor.
They don't want mine. They said, no, we're good. They always see their clothes. Like they see me coming. I got tucked down, turn out the lights.
Did he drive away yet?
Closed. We're closed.
Open it back up.
I want to be a blood donor. It's
Aw,
the
that's
charity I feel the most guilty about. No, it's not because I've never donated blood.
Because you're afraid of the
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And
What
then
if I tell you it hurts?
well, and then they have like
I told you.
they have like oranges and cookies and stuff.
Yes,
Yeah,
I go,
all
you get
that.
all that. I go for the snacks.
Which is 100% a motivator. But then it's like, well, why do you need those though? How are you feeling at the end? Are you
Fine.
feeling bad?
Sometimes you don't even notice.
you
Correct.
see like the bag of blood filling up.
Well,
You're paying too much attention.
exactly.
Well, so like bath and donate blood. Don't
Look
pay
at your
attention.
You
phone.
won't see the blood when you
Yeah.
pass out.
Yeah.
That too.
You're helping others out in need.
Celebrity birthdays.
It's never been his thing.
Yeah.
Not his jam.
Brought to you by Crumble Cookies. Whitey Gleason, Crumble Cookies.
Have a crumble. They're so good. We, your taste buds, wish you would.
And you're going to get a chance to do that live for the Crumble Cookie Rep. It's going to be in
Yay!
studio tomorrow, and you're going to get a Crumble Cookie.
Nice.
Yes, you will get at least one of the top.
You get a
four.
reward.
Yeah.
Looking forward to
We
it.
do a draft lottery and everything. So you guys
Thanks for
pick
the
first
jingle.
cookie.
Here's a
Jason Ross, celebrity birthday.
And they're meant to be spent with family and friends,
Yeah.
and nothing brings family and friends together better than crumble cookies.
Yeah,
Is that right?
Yeah. Even though you take a bath.
Some of you may know this, so you can recuse yourself if you know the answer to this. But happy birthday to Donald Trump.
Oh, we'll take your phone calls. I think he is 70. I'm going to be off by one. He's 74.
Oh, he's older than that. I'll go over. 77.
76.
77 sounds good. I'll say 78.
We have a correct answer, and it's 77.
Wow, he is older
Yeah.
than that. Wow.
You were off by more than one.
Hey, without getting political, can I just say, is there anyone under 70 that can run? Just anyone. Anyone.
They are allowed to.
Anyway, is that? Do you have to be at least old before you can do the
You
thing?
got to be 35.
That's the
that's
rule.
it. Yeah.
35 years old.
What is
Yeah.
old to you?
70.
Wow.
Isn't that old?
I don't know.
But
I'm just asking.
It keeps going up the closer I get.
Exactly.
Like the more.
When you get there, you're like,
A 95-year-old is
It
fine.
used
Like,
to, honestly, 40 was the benchmark when I was a kid. Like when you turn 40, like you're pretty much dead.
Hmm.
You're just waiting. You're just a bag of bones waiting for
Yeah.
death.
Did you grow up like in the Old West?
Yes, I did. Dysentery and all
Yeah.
that stuff. Yes.
Penicillin and stuff. Yeah.
All right, 77.
happy birthday to Boy George.
Matt's cousin.
This is Boy George.
I like that.
That's a great Boy George. Is that you or is that Boy George? I don't even know. Boy George is 69.
69 and 63?
Yeah.
65.
62.
We have a correct answer. 62.
Wow.
Boy George.
Boy George expert, Jay Mars.
Happy birthday to R.J. Barrett. Okay.
What?
26.
He's not that old.
24.
25.
You guys are going to be shocked when he is 22 years old today. 22.
22, 24, 25, 26. He is 23.
Of course.
We missed
the
it.
one we didn't get.
Yeah.
We're idiots.
Happy birthday to Sammy Watkins.
Hey,
Florida
cousin
State.
Sammy.
How was he at the reunions?
He's great.
Yeah.
He's great. Yeah, phenomenal.
Wait, Sammy Watkins, the receiver?
Yeah.
Which
Probably
Sammy
the best
Watkins were you
Watkins
thinking of?
in sports history, if I do say so myself.
I'm having a brain freeze that
kept
Sammy
close
Watkins
tabs.
went to Clemson.
He did.
I know. I said Florida State.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, threw you off.
That's what screwed me up. I was
Yeah.
like, wait, did he? What? Okay. Sammy Watkins is 30,
Paying too much
31.
attention.
I know.
31's a good guess. We'll say 33.
Chris has an advantage
30.
here.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
32.
We have a correct answer.
All right.
30.
Yeah! Sammy Watkins.
And he's your cousin.
Everyone picks
It's
him
a
up
fact.
every year in fantasy football when he has that 1 3-touchdown game, and then he's hurt the rest
Yeah,
of the
then
year.
he has
Sammy
4
Watkins.
total. Happy birthday to Marla Gibbs. Remember Marla Gibbs from the Jeffersons and 227?
Oh, wait. Was she
She's married to Donald Trump.
Yeah.
Flo. 82.
Okay.
77.
79.
Say 70.
Marla Gibbs is 92.
Oh, good. You know what? Good
job,
for
guys.
Marla Gibbs. Wow, nobody cares about
I
Marla
appreciate
Gibbs.
it,
How do you know who
Slow
that
clap.
is?
Wow.
Happy birthday to, let's go with Bruce Bowen.
Let's.
Bruce Bowen is 44.
Bruce Bowen's 49.
I'll say 48.
50.
52.
Wow.
And Sleepy Sam Perkins. Happy birthday to
Oh.
Sam Perkins.
North Carolina.
Has never jumped.
Sam Perkins is turning 60 today. From North Carolina.
58.
I'll say 55.
Wrong.
I'm saying even 60.
I would 260 guesses. He is 62.
Oh, my God.
Nice.
What's coming up on Whitey and Watkins?
Jerry Reynolds is going to join Stan Frankie with his bird's eye view of what happened last night in Oakland. It was amazing, and you won't believe what Frankie has to say about it.
What happened in Oakland?
What?
What happened?
In Oakland?
Oakland.
It was incredible.
Was it?
Yeah.
Were you there? Because I saw you posting things.
No, I wasn't there. I
Oh,
felt
yeah.
badly that I wasn't there. Watching on the
You
television.
said some very nice things. I saw that.
It was incredible. It was an amazing night. Yeah.
Whitey and Watkins next. Our thanks to Jay, Katie Thomas, Jason Ross. I'm Dave. We'll see you tomorrow. Love you. Bye-bye now.
It's Cattles and Rami.
You don't need more than 8 bowls in your house at any particular time. And if you're having more people than that, just bust out the paper and plastic.